the club dead.
Okay.
Don't worry, I have boundaries. Unlike Kyle.
Kyle is
He's a liar.
Kyle's insane.
I have his handprints on my body.
Oh, you've been scarred. I see what's going on here.
Here. Put that like in between you guys. It wasn't gonna hit either of you, just so you know.
I'm aware.
There you go, box.
I'm gonna sit over there.
Okay.
Can you just
Doing the most, bro.
Why didn't you go that way?
Because there's wires and shit, and I didn't want to fuck something up.
Welcome back to Unapologetic Voices. My name is Thomas, joined by Kyle, and we have our friends here on a special episode of Unapologetic Voices. Was that pretty good?
That did sound good.
Take it away.
Are we going to? Oh, we're just gonna start from there.
No, we don't have to.
I thought you
we
were
can start in a
gonna-
minute. I just thought it was funny just to jump right in.
The thought that I was thinking, right, was are we going to say who Johnny is, say who Pelos is?
I figured they could say hello. And
Or they're
just
gonna say
their name.
themselves.
I like to be presented.
I want to be presented too.
Okay.
So we'll say this is this person. They'll say hello.
So you will present them.
I don't know their names.
Pelos.
What is our names?
He's Frank.
He's some other fucking
Hold
shit.
on. We can't say that on the.
Whoa!
No papers. No papers.
Oh,
No papers, no papers.
No camera.
We gotta think of a stage name.
This is gonna be pulled up in court when I'm taking my test.
Deportation.
It's like,
Oh, that
hello,
video.
my name is.
We just don't say his name at all. The entire thing.
And don't forget,
You just say that it's Pelos. That's it.
unapologetic superfan and the stands, Donnie.
We got a special guest here.
Number one.
You want
A
a
fan
graphic
who's
to be
watched
here.
all the episodes in 1 week.
This week alone.
Yeah, and just
This
he
week.
is our number one YouTube fan.
So starting from the end of the couch, we have Courtney. Courtney, say hello.
Hi.
And
I'm
of
not
course-
on camera
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
she's not really on camera.
We also have Kyle-Elio Torres. Say hello.
Hello, guys. It's me
Is this
again.
already rolling?
We also have Pelos here on the couch.
See, I wanted.
Is that my full name?
So the thing is, I wanted us to just go from like, welcome back to Apologetic Voices. You know?
I think it's nice that the audience knows that this is all raw. We don't practice anything. We just go right in.
Okay, that's fine. We'll leave it all in.
Next to me on the right is also Johnny.
Oh!
And you're not going to believe this, but we have special guest, number one superstar, super fan of the podcast, Donnie. He's
Round
off
of
camera over here.
applause.
He won a lotto ticket to actually get on the show today. We pulled from a poll, and we're really excited to have him here. He's flipping me off on the side of the camera. Donnie, say hello.
He did flick us off.
And silence follows. Welcome to the
But he
special
is
episode of the
here.
podcast. Our friend Johnny got a box. Johnny, can you talk about the box?
The box is for all of us.
Yeah, he wants to make that very clear.
No.
So it wasn't just from a singular woman to a singular man. It was
Zanne vacationed out into the Philippines and wanted us to try all the delicate snacks that are out there. So she sent us a box
Salamat.
for all of us to try those goodies.
Yeah. So we have a huge ass box just full of a bunch of random snacks. We were planning on going over them just to see what they are, and then also going over some random stories and getting different point of views from everybody. Right?
Wow. That's it.
What do you mean? What? Okay.
No, that's good, man.
I thought you were.
Don't be offended by what I say, dude.
I
Just
thought-
be cool, man.
I thought you were starting something.
Just be relaxed. No,
That's it.
there's too much aggression going on
No,
between us
'cause-
lately.
'cause-
I feel like we're going through a fight right now. Do we need a break?
No.
Do we need,
I
do we need
enjoy
a break
these
for a minute?
arguments
Do I need
for
to
the
stay at
most
my
part.
parents' place?
You could.
Oh. You kicking
What do
me
you
out?
want?
Oh, I forgot Houdini's here.
Why are you getting in my face?
So that's
then?
pretty good. So should we do that first? Should we start with
Yeah,
the
we
box?
should unbox it, but I think the host should unbox it because I've already seen some of the contents.
You
Okay.
already spoiled it?
I couldn't help it.
You're a dick.
I
Well,
brought the
let's-
box home, and my
Wait,
mom
keep
saw, like,
that
opened it
part
up,
of the box
and the
facing.
first item on the top was like dried mangoes. She's like, "They're mine."
I would have fucked those up.
That's
Yeah.
actually pretty funny.
Yeah, we can.
So we'll keep it like this, right? And then open it up. And then I think maybe Johnny just throw something at random at somebody and
So
then...
let's put it between Kyle and Thomas,
Okay.
and then you guys could rip something out of the box.
I'll move these drinks out the way. let's see.
First up,
What the fuck is that?
What the fuck is this?
Condoms.
You got straps.
For the audio listeners, out of the box first is a long thing of connected things.
Nutritious.
Looks like condoms.
Nutritious oatmeal mix with milk.
What?
Nope.
Throw me that.
He can't read. Why did you give it to him?
Oh yeah, that's true. I was fucking illiterate.
Why are you gonna give me the fucking shit to read?
Supports. Oh, okay. So this is like the Filipino version of Emergency. Like it's just vitamins in a tea packet mix.
So that's not tea, it's oatmeal.
It's
Well,
oatmeal.
you know what I'm saying.
I hate oatmeal.
You got the milk?
I like oatmeal when it's got brown sugar. And
The
milk.
first time I ever had it, I threw up. So I don't like the consistency of oatmeal.
Oh, what else is in the box?
Next time.
That sounds like a great story, Kyle. What's next?
I don't know what this is. Tell us what is it.
Oh, there you go. La.
The
La Fantas.
Fanzas.
La panza.
By the way, a lot of this stuff is
Masarilo.
probably written in Espanol.
Yeah.
It's
So,
like,
You guys should be pretty good at reading.
Like the Spanish word jelly
Okay.
translates to jelly.
That's the best you got right now?
No, but
Kyle can't eat
Fucking
this
furious.
Why can't you eat it?
because he's allergic to peanuts.
Oh.
I'm not allergic to peanuts.
Are
I'm
you
not
allergic to
mad.
peanuts? Oh.
I just don't like peanuts.
Man. Oh, these I've seen before. These are
Wait,
okay.
This is like masapan.
It's
This is a
masapan?
solid cookie.
Yeah, but like it's a huge one. It's just
Yeah.
sugar and milk.
Damn.
Oh, Thomas, you'd like this one.
What is it?
We have
It's the same shit, but coffee.
mozzarella.
Ah, nice. Oh, and it's Nescafe. This stuff's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
This is the shit you bring camping. It's pretty dope.
Oh, okay. I would never.
Yeah. And since they all live in like tents and fucking, cardboard boxes out there, this is what they have on the daily.
Oh,
You know
okay.
what I'm saying?
It's that quick,
It's
stir
that
it
quick,
up,
yeah.
get some hot liquid.
Yeah, civilization kind of drink. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got you.
These are actually pretty good if you guys want to try them. The jelly cups are
The
solid.
jelly cup looks
Do we
good.
want to open up and try it on?
Yeah, why not? And then
We
kind of
can
pull
try them
something
after,
else.
no? Or
Either or.
Or
Yeah,
either
we-
or is fine.
fuck it. Yeah, let's just try it. Go
Oh, I thought we were just moving forward.
Oh yeah. Here.
Let's
There's
do both.
moving
Open it
forward.
up. Open it up.
there's cracker nuts.
Cracker nuts.
Yeah.
I don't like how everything's fucking connected, guys.
Hey, there's another
is
one of these
pissing me
jelly
off.
things.
Oh,
I don't like how
I want a
everything's-
green jelly.
Everything's like
Ooh.
pieced together. It's all packaged together.
I got giraffe. Who'd you get?
Shut the fuck up,
ball.
dog.
You got ball.
Ball.
What'd you get, fellas?
I got bear.
You got bear. What'd you get?
Dog.
You got dog.
Oh, these are good, man.
Makes sense.
What the fuck does that mean?
Oh.
I got that dog in
It's
me.
liquidy.
That dog in you.
See, I actually don't like apple flavored stuff. But
Courtney,
this
you
this
want
is
one?
good.
Donnie, you want one?
You want to trade? This one's. I
Well,
don't know what the fuck is it.
excuse me for being fucking nice in this goddamn household. What else we got? Pass it out. Dish it out.
We got cereal.
It's packaged together again. This
yeah,
shit is pissing
they're
me
all
off.
packaged together. Like
They're all condom
Zane
fine.
explicitly said that you had to have one of those.
None of these are
I
sponsored.
have
by
to
the way.
have one.
Yeah.
Like, is it like real cereal?
Oh.
or
Yeah,
you
it's
just eat
cereal.
it
Fuck.
It's like the
I've had these before.
Filipino third-party off-brand Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah.
Should I go get some milk?
I don't know if you want to do it on camera.
I've had these before. They're very good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are these fucking Twinkies?
Fudge barred?
Yeah, fudge bar.
Bar. What the fuck?
I guess
is
you
that?
gotta roll it.
Bar.
Fudge
By the way,
bar.
there's another E, so it's fudgy.
Oh,
fudgy bar.
Fudgy.
Fudgy bar.
Fudgy bar.
There you go. That's horrible.
It feels good.
Oh, feel it. Texture.
Oh my god.
Yep. Squeeze it.
Oh.
Oh, fuck, they have a Facebook.
Oh. We're not
What else you got?
we're not shouting it out.
What?
Here, it's like some weird little cake.
Oh,
thing.
I'm sorry, you can't read? Gotcha.
Yeah.
Inipit.
Inipe.
Cake sandwiches. These look good, bro.
They do.
Yeah, those look good. We'll have to dig into those in a minute. Those look good. I'm only here. What's the facts on the back of these?
Are these cookies?
They do in fact look like cookies.
Are they?
Some shamrock shit.
Hey, you can read.
See, when I was reading it, I looked
Yeah.
at that, and I was like, that doesn't really look like an L.
Yeah, that's an R.
Yeah.
I will back you up though. This is all in standard English, and then it just goes cursive for no reason. So,
Yeah.
I gotcha.
So, there's a couple individuals, but these are multiple.
Uh-huh.
We got little pillows,
Okay.
almost like Pelos.
Yeah.
But they're like little chocolate things, whatever these are.
Yeah, never had them.
Are they soft?
Are they?
No, they're hard.
They're
and
like dog
crunchy.
treats. Just perfect for you.
It's lead.
Is that all we get? Dog
Glad I
treats
get
from the Philippines?
You got that.
You're just tossing them, destroying the merch.
What the fuck are these? Are these more nuts, but they're made out of mushrooms?
Put them in your mouth. See if they feel the
Ding
same.
dong.
It says
one up.
mix nuts.
Those look horrible.
You couldn't read Ding Dong?
No, I couldn't read Ding Dong. Chill the fuck out.
Unboxing, read it.
I just didn't read it. I'm passing it around so everyone can say some shit.
Ding dong.
So this thing broke, but this is like a very sad version of a Rice Krispies.
Okay. I gotcha. T-Pens, Carcaracabel,
I bet it tastes really sweet though.
and Powell.
Like it's probably good.
I don't know. Dude, they put their email address on here. Juicy besto option.
You heard them.
Juicy best option at yahoo.com.
All right.
Not a sponsor.
Email them back. Let them know.
I feel like
that
we need to email
we
them.
think their food is
We didn't try it yet.
interesting.
We didn't try it yet, so we can't.
Once
have
we try
opinions.
it. Some more nuts. Want some Happies?
No.
Happy.
Are they just peanuts though? Less grease peanuts. That's cool.
What the
Dude,
fuck
these
are
look
these? Why is it open?
Oh, those are good. Those are good. I guarantee
These
you've had
fucking
those before.
cigarettes?
No, they're not cigarettes.
Joints.
It smells interesting.
Yeah, they're good. I forgot. I don't know how to
it's
describe
squishy,
it. They're
too.
like almost chalky. Yeah, they're good.
You want one?
Don't give her one.
All right.
Well, you didn't read the name. So
What name?
people know.
Oh, I didn't see that. Sorry. Here,
Yeah, these are actually pretty
you
good.
can read it.
Bakuran,
Bakaram.
Barqueran,
Bakaram.
Bakaran. These are okay. They're not bad.
I think I've had these before.
That's great, buddy. What are they? What are they called?
I don't fucking know.
All right.
This one's melon.
This
I
is
wanna
very
try
similar
it.
to Mexican candy. This shit.
But it's a hard candy, so it's something you gotta suck on for a while. And I don't want to suck on it for a while. Oh, is that what we're eating that?
I tried it.
Mango.
Well, why didn't you give me one? I got one.
It's chewy. What do you mean it's hard?
It's a little messy. Just stick it right in your mouth when the wrapper's open.
Just throw it right in. Cool.
Yeah. The texture is like pretty.
It's actually pretty good.
It's good. What do we got here? Oh,
Contrary
fructose.
to my reaction,
Yeah.
I think it's good.
Contrary to the reaction that I just did.
Yeah.
So, like, it was like a dry cardboard went in my mouth.
By Pinoy.
And then I bit it, and then just a puff of smoke just went all through my
Oh
mouth.
my god.
That's why I said, but then the flavor hit. And I'm like, you know what? The cardboard with the little sugar powder tastes
Yeah.
really good.
Right.
It just
Yeah.
makes me think about those people that, like, on video, they eat, like, a reed, and it inflates in their mouth.
Yeah. Oh my god. No, I want that one.
Sorry.
They eat a reed?
Yeah,
it's a
like a
butter
reed
reed.
that grows, like, by the
Well,
pond.
this sounds
or
good.
swamp.
Oh, yeah. Cattail.
Butter.
Butter.
Cattail.
But
Yeah.
coconut.
Fucking immigrant. He doesn't know what he's saying.
Me?
No, not you.
Oh.
Butter coconut? Is it butter and coconut?
I hope so.
Biscuits blended
Special
with butter
Hopi?
and coconut. Or coconut. There you
Is
go.
it Hopi?
Oh.
Hopia?
Hopia?
Yeah.
Ube.
Huh?
Ube.
Ube?
Ube.
The stuffing is ube.
Oh, ube.
Yeah.
Right there. I didn't read that word.
That's
Oh, and then we got more cookies.
good. Nice. What kind of cookies, brother?
I don't know.
All right.
Hope you read it, because I can't.
Roscolos?
Rasculo.
Oh, these are very standard. This is the
Those
shit.
look like a solid cookie
Yeah.
you just eat when you have something to drink with
This
it.
is the shit that, or coffee, hot chocolate. This
Yeah,
is the shit that
something
comes
like
in
that.
those tins that everybody just uses to put sewing.
I know
Yeah.
you want a butter
Yeah.
coconut.
Huh?
I know you want a butter coconut.
I'm
Oh,
willing
you're
to go
craving that
half
one,
on
yeah.
that with you because I don't want a full one.
But they're like,
There's like
Oh,
four of
there's
them in
multiple in there?
Yeah.
Give me one.
You're so assertive. Why are you standing? You're intimidating me. Go sit down.
Because we put everything over there, so I felt like I had to like get up and like really look.
That's true. I got you. Well, that's a pretty good haul, man. Thank you to Zane. Shout out to Zane for throwing all this memorabilia at us.
Yeah, Zane, this is awesome.
I feel like I'm a child again, lost in the Philippines. Yeah, these are pretty cool.
Yo,
I like it.
I
Yeah.
fuck with these.
Yeah. Are
Like,
they solid?
like this reminds me of like in school, like when we got like those.
Can I
little,
see the texture? Can I
those
feel
little
it?
honey cookie things? And then we
Look
we
right
had chocolate milk, and you just dip it in the chocolate milk.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, this shit rocks with chocolate milk.
So I'm a little upset there's no chocolate straws in this bitch. Because before we opened this bitch up, I said, if there's chocolate straws in here, I'm fighting somebody for these chocolate straws.
Well, good thing we didn't need a fight.
Dude,
Pelos.
they're straws made
Yeah.
out of wafer with chocolate swirls on the inside. You're supposed to drink milk through it. And
Yeah,
as you drink it, it gets softer. And you eat
I
it.
know exactly what you're talking about.
They're so good.
I used to buy the ones that were, what is it? Not Fruity Pebbles, but it was Fruit Loops. I buy the Fruit Loops ones.
Oh, yeah.
Not the same, but same.
Not the same, but I remember when those came out, I was a little upset because I was like, they're copying. I was a kid at the time.
Okay.
Yeah, this is back in the day.
Yeah.
I don't even think it was Fruit Loops that started that, by the way, that started the copying thing.
Oh, yeah,
I
no.
think it was
By no means.
Apple Jacks.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
I do remember an Apple
I remember
Jacks
that
one,
one.
dude.
Yeah,
That
that's what it
shit
was.
rocked.
It did rock.
Oh
I will
my
say it did
God.
rock. It just wasn't the same.
I need
Didn't
those
hit as
sandpaper
deep.
hands.
You need my sandpaper hands?
That
Yeah, the
climbing
Philippines
grip.
when I went
no.
was pretty ghetto.
Oh,
He's gone downhill.
No.
Don't blow it up all over here, bro.
all his tendons.
What
have
are
been
you
pulled
opening? What is
climbing.
that?
It's the pillows.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Well, since we're opening some shit, I think we should try these.
I got a pillow.
I think we should try these Twinkie things, dude. Are you in?
I do want to try the. So the thing is,
They're
I
not
really
soft. Why are they
like.
called pillows?
I really like Twinkies, but I don't like eating just Twinkies as is. I have to
Okay.
eat them with milk.
This could be cereal.
I also like eating frozen Twinkies.
Can you eat half of this with me?
Sure.
Thank you, because I don't want to eat the whole thing. It's probably gonna fuck from
I
calories.
will also split one.
Huh?
Eat the green one.
You know how
You eat this
it's
chocolate.
What is this one?
What's that one? Is it pineapple?
Actually, that's pretty good, bro.
It's milk.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Steal this
This
half.
one
Of me.
is. I don't even know how to pronounce this, so it must be good.
Okay.
What is
looks
this one?
This looks pretty good.
No, it's macapuno? No, I don't know how to say it. I can't read,
Me either.
especially when it's another language.
Oh, not what I expected.
Was it disgusting?
It's fine.
It's okay.
It's a standard, like, you know when you go to the school lunch and you get those like brownies with the sprinkles on top of them?
We didn't have it like
Yeah, we didn't have that nice shit in our school.
It's not even nice. They're like super cheap. Come on, you know, like the fudge brownies with
That's nice.
You know what we had? We had Bosco
What the fuck
sticks.
flavor are you guys eating? That looks horrible.
Those are good.
We're eating green. That's what we're eating.
That looks scary. I would not have tried that one first. I went for the chocolate one,
This is good, dog.
which I couldn't even finish. I will have one of these like little pillows though. Do you guys want to try any? Oh, you got to say.
You know what?
That's good.
I don't like this one.
Oh,
Here,
They're
let me
weak.
have some of that.
Here,
But
trade. You
the-
eat the rest of this.
The
chocolate
reason I
one.
don't like that one
Uh-huh.
is because it reminds me of like matcha or something like that.
Yeah, that's the flavor that I thought it was. It looks like matcha.
Yeah.
What is it supposed to be like?
Oh wait, no.
in here?
The aftertaste is so fucking good.
Just like cocoa.
Which one is it?
Yeah, it's
motherfucker?
coconut.
Yeah.
Oh my
It's too
god.
bad.
He's like, I'm wolfing it down right now.
Like the first initial bite, I was like, it's not it. And then I got deep into it and I was like, yo, this has flavor. Holy fuck.
I gotcha. All right, I want to try one of
What
these.
is milk? I want to know what milk is.
What does milk
It's milk,
taste like?
motherfucker.
It just says milk.
Yeah, we have milk. It's condensed milk, like the flavor. You know?
Really?
You get-
Inipit cake sandwich. Don't say you guys have those. You fucking have those beaner cakes. What are they
Hey,
called?
Kyle said,
Tres leches?
Yeah, that one.
I love tres leches.
Okay, so it's the same goddamn flavor. We're all
No, it's
Mexican.
not,
in
you son of
Philadelphia.
a bitch. Don't you ever disrespect that cake.
Okay, now we're
You're
just crossing lines.
Southwest. Go get your ass
I'm gonna
beat
kick
saying
someone
those
out.
kind
I'm
of
gonna
words.
fucking fight all of you.
I don't know whose house you in right now, but it clearly ain't mine.
It's not mine if you're saying that.
What you got over there? Let me see that.
Hey,
packet.
boy.
I'm gonna get
This one?
Tracy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell her to talk Southern.
I love Tracy. We should get on the podcast.
What you want?
I don't know. Whatever you split with me.
Yeah, just grab whatever. Because these look.
I will say the chocolate one wasn't bad, but I prefer that green one now that I fully tasted the
I see what you
cocoa
mean
and
by
all
that
that.
brownie.
Oh my
I gotcha.
god.
Yeah, you see what I mean by the brownie? Because you fucking know what I'm talking about. You had that in school, you dick.
They have flan.
Oh, let's eat flan. Vámonos.
Oh, these are good. These are good. You know what sucks?
No.
Shut the fuck up. I've been reading most of these, the cake good ones. They all expire by January. These expire in December. So I'm concerned that
Swallow them.
I'm sure it'll leave your body by December.
Yeah.
I meant this is the kind of stuff that's fun to just keep
It's
in the
too
box
cakey.
and every once in a while grab it out, right?
Mm-hmm. I will say the flan one's not bad, but it just feels a little plain.
I don't know what flan
Yeah.
is.
I need some milk with this.
Flan?
You know what flan is?
Flan is literally just like a fluffy egg.
But you're Filipino. You don't know what flan is?
I have to see it to know what it is. I
Do they
don't
have
remember.
flan? Yeah, they do. They have this.
You ever watch
It's like
that
a pudding with
that
like a
episode of
caramelized,
Courage the Cowardly
layer.
Dog where it's where there's a commercial and it's this guy who's just repeating buy fantasy flan
I don't remember that at
and
all.
it's just like a jello that wiggles and then everybody's on crack and they're eating it like crazy
One of these?
and a whole
And,
conspiracy behind it.
What's
There
up?
is.
The steaks.
Oh, I know what that is. Shit sucks.
You good?
They're good.
I think that's gross. I've
I
had it
don't-
before.
I
I
don't
don't
like
like
it
it.
You don't like flan? You haven't had good flan.
You haven't had good flan.
I've tried flan 4 different times. I don't like
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Same.
Why are you looking at me like that?
I'm not looking at you in any specific way.
You are. You have malcontent behind your eyes.
No, never.
Look at me. I see it.
That's
It's
a
deep in
terrible
there.
image.
What the fuck is that,
That's
Donnie?
just that. I don't know. That's a fancy looking one.
What is
That
is
one
that
actually-
flan? That
That-
does not look
that
like
one
flan.
looks
It's green. What the fuck?
I feel like this one tastes good. Really.
That one looks good.
Oh wait, okay. Now that you zoomed in, it doesn't look green. It was the thing behind it that made it
Yeah,
look
she's
green.
at an angle. She's at an angle.
Yeah. That looks good.
That does look good. So that must be the one that I have to try.
It's more of like a custardy pudding, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what you want to aim for. When it's like an actual cake, it ain't it.
I think I've had all the cake versions.
Damn, guy, you couldn't bring us no fucking pellet cleansers?
Pellet cleansers. What the fuck do you want me to do? I got water
Where's the water at?
and Mountain Dew.
I'm trying to cleanse my pellet.
Actually, Moon Mist because I'm cheap.
Not a sponsor. I'm concerned of what this is.
Probably just a
Open
giant
it. We need to know.
It's called masa.
you laughing?
Masa. Yeah, why are you laughing? Don't suppress your laugh. We need it. Look, yeah, it is. It's coming out.
Donnie's so cheap, you didn't even buy it! I can
Damn.
read that from his face.
Wow, bro.
I fuck with these.
Dirty.
Yeah, that was actually pretty good, right?
Hey, these are
It's so cheap. I didn't even
I'm
buy
scared.
it. That's true.
we all gotta try these at
Just
the
so
same
that you guys know, Donnie did provide a.
Thanks, Don.
What is that? No, just put the whole piece in your mouth.
Shut the fuck up. Ready? 1, 2, and 3. Sink it. Oh.
It's just hard as a
Whoa.
rock.
It's peanut brittle.
I don't like this.
Oh.
What? It actually tastes good. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, it's because you're poor.
Yeah.
I don't like peanut butter.
For those of you
It's not
interested,
peanut
please
butter.
donate to support the channel and Kyle.
Yeah. Remember, with every dollar you tip me, I can eat.
No one has tipped.
Shut your mouth.
He had to get food donated from the Philippines to eat tonight.
I ain't that poor, motherfucker.
Oh, look, $1.
I already told you the story on how I got that dollar. That was a
You
great,
did.
That was
You
a
did.
fucking great dollar.
Mhm. So, we got fucked up the other day.
I don't like this.
Yeah, they're bad, right? And you just tried to play the game?
No. The more I'm eating it, because I don't like peanut butter,
Yeah.
and I wanted to be on its side, but I don't like peanut butter,
No, it's horrible.
so I think it's disgusting.
Yeah.
But I think it has props.
Why is it hard?
Thank you.
It's peanut fucking brittle.
That's what she said. You know,
It's
Danny would probably
mozzarella.
like it.
It's the masapan.
I need the masapan.
Masapan.
Yeah.
That's what we're. That's the name
Dude,
of it. Is that what I said?
remember when like
Why are you yelling?
when Squid Games came out?
Okay.
And before we go off on that tantrum that you were saying, right?
I don't remember. Yeah, go ahead.
You said we got fucked up.
Yeah.
But for Squid Games, there was a you know that stupid where they had to like carve the cookie out.
Oh yeah.
With the Mexican Squid Games when they pulled out the masapan and everybody was like, yeah, everybody's like, we're fucking dead. We're all gonna die. Because as soon as you open masapan, it explodes.
Oh, it crumbles.
It just
yeah.
breaks.
I got you.
So like in the thing, I think like only 2 people actually survived it, and they just let people live that round for how bad it like went.
You know they have 500 grams of protein.
Fuck.
500 grams of protein?
Protein.
Hey, he wants a bite.
Jesus.
I actually don't know if he's allowed to eat peanut brittle.
I would not give that to her. We don't know.
Yeah.
It will not be
Baby.
a cause.
Do you see the look in her eyes though?
She
She's
looks like she really wants it. And
Yeah.
honestly, if I knew, you know what she can't eat though? I know she can eat this shit. Where the fuck is it?
what?
Looking for the nuts?
Chocolate?
I'm looking for this shit right here.
The ding dong?
Hold on, let me read the ingredients.
Oh, the honey
this
shit?
butter coconut.
I want some ding
She
dong.
can't be having like butter. So I just
Yeah,
wanna
she's
see-
watching us eat all
I
these
want to see if
snacks,
it's fake.
and she's like, "I want one."
Yeah, she could totally have like a little piece if that's fine.
Yeah, go ahead.
There it
I'm after
is.
you.
There you go.
There's a good baby. You catch it. You catch it.
She's contributing.
Oh,
She's a part of this.
I love the way she's so very demure.
very cutesy.
Very
Start
cute.
shouting
Ready,
for the
Thomas?
rest of the episode.
My ass! My ass!
I like going there raw.
Dude, they're called ding dongs. Yeah.
Let me get some of that ding dong.
That's some ghetto shit
Stay
right there.
safe, boys and girls.
I don't like nuts, so let me just get some of your nuts.
Ah, fuck, this just came on me, bro.
That's what happened to me the first time I tried to get some.
Baby
Fuck,
sex
snail.
go really fast.
Oh, you got a snail.
Snail.
Yo, throw me a yellow one. Is the yellow one good? Is it pineapple?
I don't know, motherfucker. Don't be asking me questions like I'm Filipino or something.
Ooh.
I am.
These are really good.
I got a xylophone.
We can have a pea.
Bro, are they gonna like pick
Oh,
animals or are they
I
just
love
doing
these.
whatever at this point? Because now you got xylophones.
I had ball.
Yeah, but I feel like
Yeah, because like I asked him, he was like bear, and then you fucking said dog, and I was like, cool, we all got animals. What'd you get? Ball. I was like, what?
that was pretty on point. I like that a lot.
I'd fuck these ding dongs up.
Now, close your giant dick is facing towards me. Your fat cock is looking at me right now, okay? And tonight I'm a little gay. So
You're
anyway,
making me worried.
well, I got ding dongs over here.
That's not pineapple.
I got ching chongs over here. You know, like I don't know which way I'm supposed to go with it. Are you dropping? Are you making mess? Kyle, tell the audience what we did on Friday last week.
So Thomas was going through some bullshit.
let's not go too far.
Okay.
All right, just
so,
say the activity that we did.
So Thomas wanted to go hiking in the woods, and he also wanted to do some edibles, but he wanted to do weed, and I was uncomfortable with doing weed because I've never done it before.
I know, right?
And so then I did a compromise with him, saying that I was willing to do shrooms with him. And luckily, the place that I go to get shrooms is literally 15 minutes from his house.
Yeah.
So we literally stopped there, got some edibles, and
Tell them how you begged me for money to buy it.
I didn't beg you.
I'm just
I
kidding.
would have
Go ahead.
bought it.
No,
What
I'm
the
just kidding, I'm
fuck
just
are you
kidding.
talking
Go
about?
ahead, go ahead, go ahead, I'm just kidding.
Fuck you.
Hey, it's all good. Please
Nope.
donate to the podcast. No,
I want to eat this, but I have to talk.
Just swallow it.
Can I smell it? Is
Yeah.
it pineapple or like?
No. No, I was
There
gonna
you go.
hit that.
I know. Go ahead.
Betrayal.
I licked it. I claimed
It's
it.
banana.
That's banana.
Yeah, it was banana.
Mm-hmm.
But
It's actually horrible. By the way.
yeah, I didn't think it was gonna taste good. That's why I was willing to just eat. But whatever.
It tastes like medicine.
Thank you. I got volleyball.
So
Ball.
we went to the store, and these guys were really nice.
That umbrella.
They were awesome.
They told us what was up. They told us like what to expect and what we're looking for. And I told them, I was like, listen, all I know is I have cash in my pocket, and I really just want to like walk in the woods for like 5 hours and just completely lose my mind. And they were like, all right, take these. or pick these. And I was like, which one tastes better? And they're like, oh, we have these for $10. And I was like, excellent.
Yeah.
So we got those.
They were a good deal. $10.
And we went to the park. Yep. And thankfully there was almost nobody at the park. There's probably like 4 or 5 other people. And it's a huge park. It's like a 3-mile park, maybe longer, maybe larger. Like it's actually, it is larger. It's like a 8-mile park, 10-mile park. It's
It was actually a
very big,
really nice park.
Yeah, it is nice. I go there all
part.
the time. I love that park.
Yeah,
you need a park pass to go, so it's nice. Yeah.
So
there's no riffraff in there. Like
we start making our way over there, and we're just talking about random shit like we always do because it's just whatever comes into our head. We get over to the park, and as we get there, we're like, okay, so we're gonna. Do you want to go walk through the woods a little bit first, or do you just want to pop these bitches and then go for the ride? So we pulled out the edibles. They were the size of like a Reese's cup.
Just a little bigger.
Just a little bit bigger than a Reese's cup, like a thicker wise.
And they had M&Ms on top.
Yeah.
So good.
The M&Ms were fucking delicious.
They were so good. So we parked. We popped them.
Yeah, we opened it up. We did cheers. We popped them bitches in, and then he's like, "Okay, how long is it gonna take for it to hit us?" And I was like, "Well, usually it's about 30 minutes." So I was like, "In 30 minutes, we'll feel it. Let's get going."
Yeah, let's go deep in the woods.
Yeah, we just start walking through the woods, and this motherfucker is like acting stupid already.
What?
But he was just acting stupid to be stupid.
What do we got? What do you remember? Because I don't remember the first part of the journey.
Oh, the first part was we walked through the woods and you were like, "Oh, we're far enough," and you pulled out a knife and tried to stab me.
Oh, yeah. So, we were away from people. And I was like, finally, we're at the point. And then I pulled out my knife and I was like, I'm going to kill you now. No one will find you.
Oh, and then remember when we saw like that bridesmaid party or whatever?
Yeah,
walking?
they were cool, yeah.
And then we like watched all of them walk, and then we saw the one loner one that was like
Dude, they
mile away.
abandoned her.
They abandoned that bitch. And like the first thing I thought, I was like, well, they just abandoned her. Let's get the fuck out of here because I don't want to walk with this.
Yeah, I'm not saying nothing, bro. No, it was really weird, but we both had this thought. We were like, how funny would it be if we just like turned around to the group of friends and we were like, let's make malicious noises so they freak out and think they left their friend for dead. Or we're like, that's not appropriate. Let's keep going.
Yeah, I was like, no, let's
they
just leave this white woman alone.
And just scary 2 men walking by.
Yeah.
So we go deep into the woods.
Yeah, and then he pulls a knife on me. That was after he pulled the knife, right?
And then you made a very smart move, which was, Thomas, give me that.
Yeah, I was like, give me your fucking knife.
And I was like, yeah, you're right.
Well, no. I took your knife afterwards.
Was it when we were on the
When
bed?
you started to freak out.
I got you.
Yeah. So, as we start walking through the woods, we spend about like a good 15 minutes just casually strolling. And I start telling him what he should expect from the very start.
Was this like evening, like daytime?
This
like
is
towards
4
night?
p.m.
This is about 4, almost 5. Like literally almost 5.
It's about to get dark.
Yeah,
It did get dark at the end.
We'll get there.
Okay.
We'll get to that point.
But so
This is a journey.
As we're walking around, I start explaining to him. I'm like, so the first thing that's gonna happen is you're gonna feel your legs
Give out.
give out. You're gonna get wobbly on me really fast.
Yeah.
And he was just like,
I'm just walking next to him.
he's like, okay,
I'm listening.
whatever.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. Blah blah blah. Tom is
'cause
doing his cool dude act where he's like, whatever. I don't even care.
I am a cool dude.
Yeah. Not later on in the day.
All right.
But yeah. So we end up going a little bit further, and I explained that to him, and then I told him, I was like, and then you're just gonna start uncontrollably laughing. If it's anything like me, you're just gonna lose the ability to not laugh. And he's just like, okay, that makes sense. And then we get to like this hill.
Yeah, it's a beautiful hill.
It's a very beautiful hill. There's a bench right at the top.
Right at the top.
And
sun was shining.
I don't know what it was, but we stopped before going up there, and he found a rock, and he was just...
No, you're skipping a part, bro.
No.
Let me jump in there.
Okay, go ahead.
The white rock wasn't until after.
No, the white rock was right before.
How would you know?
No, I know. He's skipping a crucial part.
No, I'm not. Because we pissed in the woods.
We did piss.
And then after that, you started talking about geocaches.
Right.
And then we found that white rock, and you were like, this rock is out of place. Maybe there's a geocache.
But I remember being high at that point. That's why I'm like, I don't. That was after the hill.
No. You right after we touched that rock.
Okay.
You like.
It opened the door.
Yeah. You were like
the fairy portal.
As we're walking up the hill, you told me, you're like, Kyle, I kind of feel my legs like wiggly and like I don't want to walk anymore. And then I'm like,
I can't make it.
And I'm like, all right, don't worry about it. Let's just get up to the fucking top.
There's a bench.
And then we get up to the bench, and then I just start talking because I told him, I was like, yeah. So if you're starting to feel that point, do you feel like you're floating? And as soon as I said that, he just lost his shit.
Melting.
He's like, just like, oh.
Dude, I kept slipping off the bench.
Yeah.
And nothing was, like, I wasn't doing anything. I was trying to relax and sit there and listen to you, and I just kept sliding off the bench, and then I started laughing like a fucking madman.
And
I was like...
And then, like, I told him, I was telling him the whole thing. I was, when we did it in my computer room, and then you were sitting there and you were looking at me laughing my ass off for no reason. And you were like, I wish that was me right now.
And then it hit me.
And then you got hit. So,
but it didn't hit me like that. I was gone.
Yeah. So, like, I was watching him and I was like, this is exactly what Johnny felt. Because it didn't hit me yet. And I was good. And I was like, okay, whatever. Let's sit here for a little bit. Let's get him calmed down. I told him just look into the fucking trees and all this bullshit.
Oh, dude.
And he was living it. Like, go ahead and tell your experience.
Well, because you said, just look over there, look into the trees.
I also took your knife at that time.
Yes, because I was like, all right, yeah, you're right, hold it.
Yeah, because you pulled it out one more time, and I was like, give me your knife.
Yeah.
And then you paused, looked at me kind of like maliciously a little bit.
I thought about killing you.
And then you were like, no, you're right. Put it away, and then you handed it
I thought
to me.
about stabbing you in the chest. So, because when you, at that moment, and I was kind of sliding off the bench, and you go, just look in the trees. You see, like, the sun and, like, the rays. It's going to look really pretty at some point. And I just start laughing at you because I'm like, Kyle, I'm going to tell you right now, dude, all I can see is green. It's all green. Like, literally, my vision started to, as he's talking, it's happening to me, which is why I was laughing so hard, because I was like, it's exactly how he's describing it 5 seconds before it's happening. And I'm looking, and literally my vision just disappears. It's all green. The trees just start growing towards my face, and, like, the tree branches in between start wiggling and dancing. Yeah, and like he's trying to tell me what to expect and like, walk me through it, but I'm laughing so hard. It's like
he's just sitting
it's
there.
He's literally like amazing.
Kneeled on the floor crying.
Yeah.
And he's like, there's just so much green everywhere.
Like it was crazy how much green I saw.
And I'm just like, yeah. There's green, buddy.
This is why we were a little concerned, because we were still on a path. We were on like a very nice.
We were following a trail.
We were on a trail.
People were walking.
Yeah, there's definitely gonna be people at some point on that part.
Yeah.
And I was cackling so loud. I was worried because my voice carried through those woods. Like I could hear it bouncing back to me like 10 hills away. I was like, fuck.
So, just so that we understand, at the very start, before we took the shrooms, Thomas told me this is a park that he goes to. He loves this park. We have to avoid people.
Yeah.
Because if we get caught by somebody and they report us, we're going to get caught.
Like if we bother
we're going to get thrown out, and
Yeah.
they're going to be really upset with us, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, cool. I'll keep that in the back of my mind.
I'm so glad you did.
And I will do my best to keep us safe from random people.
Mm-hmm.
And, when Thomas was freaking out doing his shit right there, I started to feel the effects of the shrooms. It didn't fully hit me yet. Like, I was like, oh, I'm starting to get to that point where it's about to hit me and I'm about to lose the ability to walk. I know I am. So we start walking further down and we just continue on the trail. The trail felt like a fucking mile. But
We kept growing.
We didn't go that far. There was another bench. And we sat at the next bench.
We made a mistake.
And Thomas is just fucking going hard, laughing at every little fucking thing.
All the like trees are blending in the colors. Yeah.
And I'm still calm. I'm still like, okay, I'm still here. And I'm like, I can feel it. I feel like I'm floating right now. Like, I was feeling good.
It's kicking.
And I was like, all right, well, I guess it's not going to affect me as it usually affected me that first time I took it. I'm like, whatever. I'm cool with the trip that I'm at right now.
Yeah.
And then all I know is I turn my head, I see this little kid,
And his parents.
and immediately I lose my shit because it fully hit me.
Like,
And-
as you saw the kid.
Yeah, as I saw the kid, because I was like, fuck, there's people. We gotta get the fuck away from them.
Yeah.
But then I started laughing. I started not wanting to get up. I was like, oh no, my legs. And like, in my head, I was like, Thomas, we need to get up.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I want to just sit here and relax.
Right, like, I need to sit
This
and
is
enjoy
such
everything.
a good fucking spot.
It was a good spot.
It was a nice
The
spot.
sun was shining.
And then I was like, no, man, there's a kid, and the mom and dad, they're coming. They're gonna report us.
I literally said, I was like, hey man, just be cool. And
Yeah.
then I look,
He
I
was
turned
like-
my head to the kid, I saw 5 of them, and I was like, oh no! We gotta go!
The whole time, I'm just like, no, we need to get back into the woods.
He got so serious, he's like, we gotta go.
We need to
Get up."
fucking hide. And he's just like,
It's all good, man.
he's like, no, man, just relax. And I was
be
just
cool.
like, no, get up. And I stuck my hand out, and he just looked at my hand, and he was like, it's all you needed to say.
Brother!
And he grabbed my hand, I pulled his ass up, and we ran into the woods.
Ran is a speculative term, by the way, because I could not walk. We were walking, and Kyle looked like he was walking normal, so I didn't even think he was high yet. But I was shaking. Like, my legs were like, literally Squidward tentacle legs. I was like, I'm trying to move. And we kept walking. Away from people. We ran into a couple more people.
Dude.
And I realized where we were. Because in my head, I didn't think we walked far enough from the first bench to get back to the next parking lot. But we
walked
did.
to the second parking lot location.
Yeah. We were like, I was like, what the hell? How do we even get over here?
Yeah.
Because in my mind's eye, we walked deeper into the woods.
So we weren't too far.
didn't.
We weren't too far.
Uh-huh.
But we got there, we saw some lady and some dude walking with their dog, and I was like, oh, look at the pretty dog. We need to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that's when I started to get hungry.
Yeah.
I don't know
And
what
then,
the fuck
I don't
was
know
wrong with me.
what the fuck
No,
your
for real.
problem was,
Yeah, I had
but you
issues.
saw that dog, and when you were just like, I'm hungry.
So it's not a joke, and I wasn't going for the Asian bit
You
or
started
whatever.
fucking scarling.
But I was like really hungry, and I really wanted some meat. I don't know why. I thought steak or something would taste really good. And then he's like, "Look at that pretty dog," and I don't know what came over me. Might have been my ancestors reaching out from the beyond.
Eating the pet.
But I was like, I'm gonna fucking eat them. And he's like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about?
I looked at him like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then immediately, like, he was just like, he's like, I could get on all fours right now. I could run at them. And then I was like, are we doing this? I pulled the knife out.
I appreciate your support, man.
And then he was, and then Thomas like had a snap out moment.
Yeah.
And he was just like, wait, no, let's go deeper into the woods.
Yeah.
We need to get the fuck away
We gotta
from
go.
this.
I'm gonna start eating people.
And then I was like, okay, I put the knife away.
Yeah. As soon as you pulled it out, my danger sense awakened, and I was like, oh, we gotta go deeper. We
I
gotta
was
get
like,
away.
wait, we're not in Springfield?
Yeah, right.
So we get away, we run deeper into the woods.
Yeah, we're gone.
We don't see anybody for at least 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Right?
We also took some narrow paths.
Yeah, we took a bunch of like
Dirt roads.
weird shortcuts. Like at
Roads.
least 2 of the paths that we took weren't actual paths.
No, they're horse trails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then we end up making it to like this, like we get to a horse trail field area and we start walking it.
You skipped a part.
Oh, what part am I skipping?
So before we get to those roads, the horse trail roads, and we're walking on normal pastures away from people, we see like two teenagers.
Those teenagers.
Yeah, on the bench.
Oh my god.
And I was just in the mood of like
Dude.
we were walking for about 20 minutes, like you said, and I was like finally getting in a comfortable spot where I was like, all right, we can start freaking out now.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
He started
Kyle.
doing all this
I'm
crazy
hungry.
shit, right? And then as we're walking,
We walk over
we look to our side and I was like, hey man, there's people, calm the fuck down. And he's just like, dude, they're ruining my moment.
I'm hungry.
I can just run up and whoop their asses right now. I can do this. Back me up, Kyle. And I was like, I'm like, no, what the fuck is wrong with
Dude, they kept fucking looking at me.
We're not gonna do anything. What we're gonna do is we're gonna walk right past them, and we're not gonna say anything. We're gonna wave hi. That's it.
And I was like, oh, be cool, be cool, be cool.
Yeah.
And I kept like...
So then we start walking, and we're walking on solid, like, cement.
Yeah.
And Thomas is like, I fucking hate this cement so much. Like, I want to get back into the dirt, the grime, the filth. And I'm like, okay, we'll do that in a moment. Let's get the fuck away from these kids first.
Civilization.
Yeah, and then we make it to the next area, and then there was like a split off in the woods that leads to that like horse trail.
Right.
And that's when we get there. I forgot about the fucking
We
kids.
also skipped the guy at the car.
Yes, when we went back to get water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We needed water bad.
Yeah,
Cottonmouth hit
you needed
real quick.
fucking water bad.
Yeah. We don't have to talk about the guy.
We'll talk about him at the end, just
All
because
right, just to bring it up.
how funny it was, because I was ready to fucking
Yeah.
yeah.
I was getting there. I was like, I'm gonna eat that guy.
So like
So we get to the horse trail.
we get to the horse trail, we start walking it, nobody's there.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
dead.
it's
like
dead.
there's no one. We're like, fucking thank God.
Yeah, we're probably miles from the last person.
And we just start walking and talking about all this shit. And it's just like nonsensical shit, right?
Mm.
And I like explained to him before we started that sometimes when we go on to a conversation, we're just going to lose it. So don't hold up on it. Maybe it'll come back later.
Yeah. Let
But
it go.
just explain whatever you can at the most and then just say whatever.
Fuck it, yeah.
That shit happened to me every 3 seconds.
Dude, he kept talking about shit. Then he'd stop and I'd be like,
What's next?
what are you saying? I'd get angry. Because
And then you start on a different story.
Dude, I was like...
He's like, don't worry about that.
So, like, in my head, I was just like, oh, man, this would be a really cool idea. And then I would start explaining it, and I'd be like, so...
Yeah, and I'd get quiet and listen. And
Yeah,
like,
he'd be
let
listening,
the
and I'd be
trees
like...
flow by.
But then it would hit me, I'm like, oh, man, I don't think he's understanding. And then I was like, what was I talking about, though?
Bro.
I would lose track, because I
Yeah, and I'd
would
be like,
focus on something
What are you
else.
saying?
And then I'm like...
Finish!
I'm like, nah, that was it.
And he's like, and I'm like,
like some of the conversations I meant to like end on a better note, but I couldn't end it correctly, so I just said
he just forgot. He said, let it go.
no. Like I would just be like, so like we talked about steak, right? And I was like, you know what would be really nice?
I was gonna eat
A
some
juicy
so bad.
steak, right? And I was like, oh, wouldn't it be awesome? And then like, yeah, that's it.
That was really it. And I was seriously like, what?
And I would
What?
say, that's it.
I started obsessing. I was like, what? What do you mean? What is it? What is it about?
What would be really
And then
good?
he would, in the most straightest fucking voice possible, as we're walking, he'd be like, don't worry about that. And he'd just keep going. And I'm like, you fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Finish what you're saying to me.
And then sometimes Thomas would get on like this tirade where he'd be saying something, and I could tell that it started to make him mad. And I would just be like,
Oh, yeah.
forget that. Don't worry about that.
He would interrupt me and go, shut up, don't worry about that. And I would look at him and go, you're right. Just keep going, yeah. And then 5 minutes later, I would start up the same conversation. He'd be like, hey, don't worry about that.
Yeah.
that was his one slang word.
I kept
Don't worry
pulling
about that.
him out of certain conversations.
Yeah, he would pull me out of the depths.
And I'm like, no.
yeah.
We're not doing that.
We're not doing that.
So we got to this point where on the trail, Thomas looks up. And I don't know what the fuck Thomas is looking at, but this motherfucker saw a mountain.
Was it a helicopter?
No.
Like John?
No, he saw a mountain. And he said, like, we're walking normal.
I stopped.
And he's like, halt, brother, halt. And then he's like, look. And I'm like, what? And I'm looking at it, and he's like, get down with me. Get down with me. And we get on, he gets on all fours, and he starts climbing the mountain.
And let me tell you, we're on a flat path.
And I'm looking at him, and I'm like,
I said, brother, come down here.
why the fuck it's flat? Why are we climbing?
No, brother,
And then,
down.
no. But I didn't say that. I looked, and I'm like, I see a flat fucking walk. Like, it's about maybe like this much of a curve. It's just a simple hill. And I'm like, he's on all fours. and I got down, and I start crawling.
And we
with
start crawling. And as we're crawling, I swear to God, we have the same thought. I feel the ground shift. And it's like we're climbing a wall, like at the gym.
And all I know is he's like professionally style trying to climb.
I'm like,
and I'm literally just crawling on my knees. And I'm like, and I start to pass him. And he like stops and he gives up. And I'm like, the fuck are you taking a break for? We're climbing this mountain. Let's go.
He was so invested, and I gave up.
And then he was like, you're right, brother.
Brother, we must go.
And he continued climbing. And then we got to the peak of the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't even the mountain.
Not even a peak.
It wasn't.
It was just it was literally a grassy path. That's it.
Yeah, and then we sat there for a while, and it got to the point that I was looking at Thomas, and I couldn't see him correctly. So his facial structure completely changed for me, and he looked completely different. And I'm like looking at him, and I'm like, ugh. You look disgusting as fuck. But I didn't say it out loud because I didn't want to hurt his feelings. And I'm just staring at him. I'm like,
this whole time I'm having a conversation, by the way. So he's not even hearing.
He's talking
I'm
to
talking to him about something and staring into the plants and shit because we're sitting on the ground now at this point. I was like, I can't move for a minute. We just climbed this hill. I gotta fucking sit here.
Yeah.
So we're sitting here in the middle of a horse show path. It's beautiful. The sun's out and the grass is above us and it's pretty, right?
It's very nice.
I'm losing it in the distance and I'm just talking about something that's pertains to both of us. And the whole time I see you doing this. I'm talking and he's just like, and he points
I pulled my
his
phone
camera at
out.
me.
So I pulled my phone out because I just I want him to understand. I pulled my phone out because I thought to myself, maybe my phone could see him normal.
His first mistake.
And so then I'm looking at him, and then I go and I look at my phone, and I see two different people.
It is now 5 o'clock at this point, by the way.
Yeah, it's 5, and I see two different people, and I'm like, that doesn't look like Thomas. I'm looking at the phone, and I'm like, that's not Thomas. And I look at him again, and I'm like, that's not Thomas. And I'm just like, all right, I just need to take a picture of him, and I need to just relax. Because I don't know what was happening at that moment, but I was losing my shit.
It's like Insidious. I have a creature attached to me.
Because I literally, usually I see his chiseled jaw, right?
Thank you.
No, this motherfucker's jaw was like he had a fucking Quagmire's jaw. That shit was huge. I'm like,
it.
the fuck is going on? And then when I looked in, you had your glasses on, but I could see your eyes. Your eyes looked like fucking if I was watching anime, big fucking giant eyes.
Yeah, you said that, yeah,
and I'm
anime
like, what
eyes.
the fuck is wrong with you got anime eyes. What's wrong with you? And I'm looking at you and I'm like, dude, I can't do this. And I start taking pictures of him wild. I'm just click, 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 click. And I'm like, don't pose for me. I just need you to look as natural as possible. And I asked him to. And then I was just like, click, click, click. And every time I looked at them, I was like, I need you to fucking pose for me because you're fucking ugly.
He said that. I was like, okay.
And Thomas is just like...
I was literally like...
And then he did this pose where he put his hand into the sky and he was looking at something. And I took a picture of him. And I don't know what it was, but I looked at it. And he looked normal.
And you were like, oh, it's good.
And I was like, he's beautiful again. All right. I'm good. And then I was like, I can't post this. And then I was like, because I was on Snapchat, and I was like, I can't post this on my Snap because then my wife will see that we're in the woods. And so then I was like, I'll save the photo at least. And then I just deleted it, and I put it back in my pocket because we were trying to avoid using our phones the entire time. It was just a quest to walk through the woods.
Just to relax,
Wait,
Relax.
I'm just getting this. I kept trying to call and text you and stuff. You're like, we're still doing the podcast.
Yeah, we're in the woods.
Love you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So just so that you understand, so we fucking do all that shit. We hang out there for a while. Literally
2 hours we sat in that.
yeah, dude. We sat there for 2 hours and we it felt
just spaced out.
It didn't feel like 2 hours.
No, it felt like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
But we were sitting there for 2 hours just talking and also just staring at things and just spacing out.
Yeah.
And by the way, every few minutes There'd be noises. I heard like a fucking
dude.
something on the trail.
The
like
fucking
a shadow.
rabbits and fucking squirrels and fucking chipmunks that were going through the woods.
Yeah.
You could hear every fucking step and creak that they were doing.
It sounded
It was
scary.
so dude.
The squirrels.
The craziest fucking noise that we heard. There was this giant fucking bird.
Yeah, man.
Oh my god.
This was real. It was a real.
It was real bird.
You hear the flapping and everything?
I thought it was a fucking turkey.
We were we were taken aback at first because we were just walking at this point. This is, I think, right before or after.
I think right before the trail.
Right before where we were sitting and climbing the trail. We were walking towards it, and Kyle stops first, and I hear it first.
There was a map, and I was like, let's look at that map.
Okay, yeah.
And we go up to the map, and then I was like, all right, what do you see? Because I'm looking at this map, I'm like, I don't even know where the fuck I am
I thought
right
this
now.
was after the map.
No, it was like right as.
Okay.
And then it switched, the bird made the noise, and we were just like...
Dude, literally like a pterodactyl.
Like, we fucking froze. Like,
No, for real.
that fight or flight moment,
Yeah.
we saw the flight, so we couldn't fight.
Yeah, dude, I swear to God, a fucking dinosaur was in that tree.
Dude.
And I know it looked 3 times bigger than it was because of how high we were, but it was loud. It was like, whoosh, whoosh. You know Howl from Howl's Moving Castle? The big black bird he turned into? It
Yeah.
looked like that. I was like, oh shit.
I thought it was just a fucking big-ass turkey in the trees.
Yeah.
But I'm like, turkeys don't fly like
No,
that.
yeah,
So,
it took
what
off.
the fuck is that?
It was probably just an eagle, but it was massive.
But I thought after I was like, okay, it can't be a turkey. Obviously, it's like a hawk or something. But hawks are very quiet.
Yeah, they're very silent.
They're not loud.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know what fucking.
It was
bird
either an
it
owl
was.
or an eagle because it was huge.
Well, the thing is, owls are extremely quiet.
Yeah, they're super quiet.
Like
right.
they're more quiet than like any other bird because
Yeah.
they're the top. They're top hunters.
Yeah, you're right.
Which, you know, that was one of the things I considered really fast. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know about, like...
That's not what I consider. I was like, that's a dinosaur.
Dude,
I was like, we're dead.
my thinking process at the time was going so fast.
Yeah.
Because, like, I went through all this stuff, and then I'm like, no. Forget about that.
Came out of it.
Yeah. Like, I thought way too hard, and then I jumped back out, and I was like, no. Oh, and one of the things that we did to, like, hold us down was we had glasses with us, sunglasses.
Mm-hmm.
We wore them, and we said, when we're on the sunglasses, we're high as shit. When we're off the sunglasses, we're normal, we can act good, nobody will ever fuck with us.
It was really weird because I think we mentally convinced ourselves that was true. Because every time we took off the glasses, I swear to God, everything came back to regular for a second. We pulled out.
It would just go, everything would be so clear again.
Yeah, it'd be clear. It's like we were normal.
It was awesome.
Yeah. And then we were like, fuck that, we're going back.
Yeah. Wait,
Every
glasses
time-
aren't on?
Yeah.
Woo!
Every time we were done being serious, we put the glass back in. Because they're like, they're a purple and orange sunglasses I got off of Amazon. So, like, they're different colors. So it's like, you know, when you put them on, you feel...
Okay.
Yeah.
That's why everything was more vibrant.
So
I
after
think.
we started leaving the horse trail thing, we started walking, and we saw this young couple, which was a father and his
And a
son.
father and son, yeah. Young couple's weird, bro. We saw a father
Well,
and
it
a
was
son.
a pair of two, whatever.
All right.
Young couple.
Yeah, dude, no, the way he said it was so fucking weird.
Yeah.
It's misleading as
Young
well.
couple, father and son, they kissed.
It's not Game of Thrones, bro.
Yeah. They didn't kiss. But they had like full gear on for like camping.
That tripped me out.
Shit.
That tripped me
And
out.
Thomas lost his shit. Like,
Dude.
so like we had the glasses on, and it was one of those moments where like
It's two paths that
we were
converge.
walking.
Yeah.
They were coming at us, and Thomas was like, "I can fucking eat them right now. This
I
is
was
my
so
chance."
hungry.
And
Dude.
then I took my glasses off, and then I was just like, I looked at him. And I saw that he didn't take his glasses off. And
Right.
he looked like he was about to run at them.
Yeah,
I slapped him on his chest, and he looked at me, and he saw my glasses were off, and he took them off, and he was just like, oh, okay.
Oh, yeah,
All right.
We're good.
And he like snapped out of it.
That's for real. That's for real. Because I think I mentally convinced myself that when I had the glasses on, I'm beast mode.
And then we were just standing there watching them walk past us. Like, we stopped
I didn't
entirely.
know if they were real.
And then they walked past us, and as they walked past, I was like, hello.
Yeah, and they were like, hey.
Yeah. And then Thomas was like, hey, man.
Yeah, dude, but it tripped me out because they were wearing full camping gear on
Yeah.
their bags. They had giant backpacks with the bedrolls and the lanterns and everything.
As soon as they got far
and I
enough
was like,
from
who the
us,
fuck is camping in here?
Thomas put his glasses back on, and we looked at the map, and Thomas was like, he was like, he like slapped the map and he like bumped it twice and he's just like, we should rob them. They had too much gear. He was like, we could take their shit, like, and like live.
I did say that, yeah. I was like,
And
we could stay in these woods.
As soon as he said that, I did the same shit I did earlier. I pulled the knife out and I was like, I'm ready. Let's just go. And he was just like he had another like out of the situation. He's like, wait, no, put the knife away.
I was like, wait, we can't do that. Yeah, whenever you pulled it out, my brain was smart enough to be like, all right, hold on, we got a real world here for a second. Calm down. Yeah,
So-
that was great. So then we figured out where
and
we
it
were.
started getting dark.
Oh, it was dark fast,
Dude.
Because we checked the next time we checked our phones after sitting in the
I got a text
field
message.
was 7:29.
I got a text message from Courtney while we were walking through the fucking woods in the dark, and it said, I'm gonna read it really quick. That shit
This was like
so-
7:29, so we didn't look at our phones for 2.5 hours. But it felt like, honestly, either an eternity or it felt like 30 minutes. Like, you know,
An eternity.
Yeah.
time was like, yeah, time was not a thing when we were doing that shit.
It is. Where is
Suspense is
it?
killing me because I don't remember what this is. Oh, so I'll talk for a little
Yeah,
bit.
you
We were
talk.
walking in the dark, and I found a stick, and I was like, oh, it's time to change personas, brother. So I grabbed it, and I like immediately got like a hunchback with the stick, and I was like, I am now the wizard. Let's go.
Oh
So we
my
kept
God.
walking that, remember?
This son of a bitch convinced himself he had a broken leg.
No, dude, like I saw it and I was like, I must be the wizard. So I started hunching over and using it as a cane, and I started dragging my right foot like it was broken or something. And he was like,
I
"Come
didn't
on, bro."
say anything for a while. We walked, and I watched him struggle walking
Yes,
for a long time.
I am the wizard. My whole voice changed and my posture changed and everything. I remember, and I imagined I was wearing a hat for some reason.
Yeah. So really quick, I
Yeah.
found the text message. She sent me a question mark, and that was at 7:34, and I
Right.
saw the question mark,
Mhm.
and I was like, "Oh shit." She's
She's on
texting
to
me.
us.
Because there's a thing, like, the last time I tried texting on my phone,
Mhm.
I got lost in the text message.
I saw that firsthand.
So, I saw it, and I was just like, what should I say? And Thomas said, just let her know that we're doing the podcast right now, and we're going to get some food. And I was like, okay. So I'm just sitting there.
Staring at his phone.
Just trying to type.
Yeah, and I'm
For real, yeah.
I'm ghost writing.
Yeah,
you know?
he's like
I'm
typing
just
in
like,
the air as we're walking.
I'm doing this.
He's like staring at his phone and
And
nothing's
Thomas
happening.
is like, what the fuck are you doing? And he grabs my phone, texts that really
He
fast.
made me break character. I was like,
Yeah.
give me that, brother.
And then fucking
I put a comma, didn't I?
yeah, you put a fucking comma for no reason.
and
I'm
he's
like,
I would
don't-
never text
I
my
don't
wife
use
like that.
commas. Why would you ever do that? She's gonna know it wasn't me.
All is
Don't
well.
pay attention.
All is well. We must continue on the path.
Yeah. So then we keep walking, and then like literally like a few minutes later or whatever. Well, no, because we texted her back. Dude, that was a long time we didn't text back. Holy fuck.
We were lost in time,
Dude.
bro.
So
Time was
she
not
texted
an
at
option.
7:34, and I saw it. Right? We didn't send her a message until 8:10.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
No. I swear to God, when he
Oh
pulled the
my
phone out,
God.
I thought we were already typing a reply.
No, we both
Oh,
were
we
lost
gone.
in it.
Bro, we were gone.
we were lost. Oh man,
Dude, in
And
Kyle's
then-
defense, he literally pulled it out and was like, oh, I gotta text her. So we were looking and walking with the phone for at least 30 minutes then.
So then she immediately texts back and says, I was going to ask, why are you doing white people shit? It looks like you were hiking.
Yeah.
And I'm like, as soon as I read that out loud, I was like, oh, she knows! She's tracking me! She knows I'm out here in the woods doing drugs! No! Because I never let her know what I was doing. So then Thomas was like, don't worry, brother. I will continue texting for you.
Yes! The
And
wizard was back.
and so immediately he texted mobile podcast.
That's it.
And then we text again, and it was me, this was 20 minutes later. I wrote, Thomas really wanted to go on a hike.
Dude, I was so annoyed with all that shit. I was like, that's so stupid and annoying.
She texted me back, ew.
Yeah.
Like, ew, white people stuff.
I like hiking, man.
And then she's like, oh, where can you watch the videos for your podcast? YouTube just shows a bunch of logos in the whole video. And I'm like, yeah.
At this point, we're in the car, by the way.
Right. We're just getting into the car and all that. And I just remember explaining it to myself, but it never got written down.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, you have to go to Spotify. That's what I wrote. I was like, just go to Spotify. You'll find it.
So it's at this point now where it's so dark that I recall telling Kyle.
Let's talk about that guy really quick.
Okay.
At the very start.
Okay.
So right at the very start, when we get away from the kid and we get away from the fucking dog, we run back to where the car is.
This is before the mountain climb.
Yeah, before all the mountain climbing and shit and all the adventure. Oh, I'll mention that afterwards. But we fucking get to like this main road where there's a car parked right in front of us, and we see this dude, and I look at him, and he's looking dead at us.
Yeah, he's looking like straight
and he
at
gave us the dirtiest fucking look.
He did.
And
Yeah.
I was like, in my head, I was like, I really want to beat his ass.
We
right
came
now.
out of the woods because I was really thirsty. I was like, we should get water before we continue this adventure. So it's like 4:50, right? It's before the 5 o'clock rush. So 4:50, we're making our way back to the car. He's helping me walk because my legs are still jelly. And so I'm laughing. We're having a good time.
Yeah.
And then we both lock eyes on this dude. He's right. He's he's probably like 20 yards away from my car, maybe 30 yards. But he is like at his door staring at us.
Yeah.
He's standing like
he
in his
looked
open
at us
doorway.
as if we were fucking filth.
Yeah, he looked at us like really fucking rude.
And I looked at him and I was like, man, I really want to beat his ass. And then I was like, I really hope Thomas doesn't see him and say, let's go beat his ass.
And then you looked.
Because if you had told me we're fucking this guy up,
Yeah.
I've realized I am I am very reasonable during those times.
Very
I'm
gullible.
willing to assist.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I mean, like, why are you looking at us?
So
like
then
that?
you looked at him and you're like you went from laughing and giggling to
Dude.
complete straight face
Snapped.
pissed.
Yeah.
And you're like, Kyle. And I was like, no, he's not.
Yeah, I didn't have to say anything. You knew exactly what I was
I
thinking.
immediately knew what this motherfucker was going to say. And I went into, no, we can't do this mode. And he was like, he's looking at us, right? And I was like, no. He's looking past us. You just don't understand. There was a squirrel back there. And we kept walking. And the whole time, I'm avoiding eye contact with the guy. Like, I'm not trying to look at him. Thomas, just staring at him.
I'm just staring right at him as we're walking.
And I'm like pulling Thomas with me as we're walking.
I can't even walk and I'm staring at
We
him.
get to the car and the dude is still fucking looking at us.
Yeah, he's like staring at
He's
us.
like at his car with his window, like his door open, and he's just like looking at us, eyeballing us for no fucking reason.
Right.
And then I'm like, Thomas is like the whole time walking, just staring at him. And I'm like, don't worry about that. We're going to get some good ass water and we're going to have a great time. We got to the water. He's like, this is fucking awesome. And he like fell on the floor and he couldn't get up. And he's like having fun on the floor, laughing again.
Yeah, we went to the passenger side. And so like
And
I
I
sat
was-
on the ground and he sat in the passenger seat.
So when he finally stopped staring at the guy, I got into the passenger seat and I kept staring at him. I'm
Yeah.
like, keep looking at me.
Like,
you
why
son
are
of
you
a
fucking
bitch.
looking
I
at us?
saved your life.
Yeah, he doesn't understand. I was in the hungry mode. Like, I would have literally bitten his nose off. And so I was like, is he still looking? So I like do this like long lean back.
Yeah, and I told him, I was like, no, he already got in his car and left.
He fucking lied to me. Because I looked on the other side of the door, the passenger door, and I see him. He's not looking, but
Yeah,
he's still like...
he wasn't really looking
he's
at
doing
us
stuff and
fully
he's kind
there.
of like peeking at me and I'm like, he's still looking, Kyle. I'm going to eat him. And Kyle's like, don't worry about that. I gotta go.
I was like, did you have enough water? Throw that shit in the car and let's go.
Yeah,
It's time to go.
lock the doors, we're out. Alright, so now it's nighttime. And I remember telling Kyle earlier, shut the fuck up!
I know,
remember
but I really
telling
want to
Kyle-
mention that you were still walking with that stick, pretending that you had a broken leg. and we were on like the sidewalk walking, and I was like, I paused us, and I was like, listen, motherfucker, you don't have a broken leg. I need you to walk normal.
Oh,
and
yeah,
you,
that's right.
and you were just like, what? I don't have a broken leg? And then you stood up straight, and you were like, I'm fixed. And then you just started walking.
I just mentally convinced myself that I had a hunchback and I needed to like limp.
Yeah.
I was limping, walking with him for at least a half hour back to the car. So I recalled, we got to get back to the car because the park closes at dusk. And this is like a fancy park, so they have park rangers and whatever that go check cars and, whatever, right? And I remember telling Kyle that we were kind of pressed for time. That's why I only wanted to trip for like 3 hours if we could. And he's like, well, it's usually a 5-hour thing. Like, why? And then finally, when it was dusk, I like got it out of my system where I was like, no, we have to leave because this park closes and there's rangers and stuff that will give us a ticket on the car. And he's like, oh, let's go. So he gets into game mode and we're out.
Yeah,
and this is the point where he tells me, by the way, your leg's not broken. Walk. And I was like, And so we're making haste and I'm like, we gotta run, brother. I don't know what. The field.
When we got to the field,
Holy shit.
there was like...
Dude, there was a clearing.
The entire time we were walking, this motherfucker was seeing shadow people.
I was seeing shadow people.
And I'm like,
And
I'm
he kept
looking
pulling me out
around
of
and
it.
I'm like, where the fuck are they? Why do you keep looking like deeply
Every few
into
minutes
these
he would
areas?
be talking, I would stop and like look
Yeah,
behind us.
he'd
Or I
be
would stop
walking.
and be like,
He'd be like, hold on, Kyle.
yeah, I would get really serious. I'd be like,
And then
okay, let's go.
he'd stare hard as fuck at something and I'd be like,
Yeah, I'd stare like crazy.
what's that?
Yeah.
I wouldn't see anything, right? We fucking go. We get to this big ass field and I was just like, man, wouldn't it be awesome if a bunch of fucking like people in robes came out and tried to kill us
With
right now?
candles and shit.
Yeah.
So as we were walking, this is the part that tripped me out because I knew where we were. In my head, deep down, I was like, I know where we are in the park. I know which way we have to go. But where are we? So we're walking and we just end up in this clearing that branches off into multiple roads. And I've seen it before. But in my head, for some reason, I was like, I don't know where we are. And it looked like a perfect like horror movie circle. So we get into the middle of it and Kyle's like, wow, man, what if like a whole bunch of people started coming out in the woods? And I was like, I'm fucking ready. And I took the stick and I started twirling it like a baton.
I take a step away from him and he's just like,
I started like ninja flipping it.
oh! And I'm just like, that was awesome. And I pulled out the knife and I was like, I don't gotta do all of that.
So we keep walking, and at this point, we see some people with like flashlights or whatever in the distance, and I'm like, we should probably get back
it
to
really
the car.
pissed him off to see those flashlights for some reason.
I don't know why. I just wanted to eat people, man.
Yeah.
I just wanted to find someone and just rip into them. I don't know.
Because,
what's
like,
wrong with me.
all I know is he's like, do you see those flashlights? And I looked into the woods, and I was like, no.
You thought they were car lights.
I
at
thought they were
first.
car lights.
Yeah.
And, like, I was like, no, I don't see a flashlight. And then it moved.
Yeah.
And then
We
I was
skipped
just
the
like-
part where when I saw them, I went, Kyle, get down. I'm like,
we got down again. We're like, what is it? What is it? He's like, I see lights.
you kept standing, and I was like, Kyle, get the fuck down. You're like, why?
And I'm like, right. He thought we were going to get shot for some reason.
Well, we started making up this scenario in our head where, like, I don't know, what if somebody was hunting us? And you were like, if there was a red laser beam on me or something? I don't know.
Like, I would be done. It's okay.
Yeah, it was something like that.
Like, I accepted it, right? I was like, if they already got the beat on me, it's over.
I was like,
like,
no, brother,
what do you
I'll
want me to
push you
do?
into safety.
And he's like, I would push you. And then I was like, and then what? I fall in, like, because there was like a little cliff area.
Yeah, we were walking.
And I was like, what? You're going to
cliff.
shove me and I'm going to fall into the fucking pit and then the person's going to walk up and just cap my
I
ass?
was like, yes.
Because I'm not going to get out. I'm fucking in a hole.
Safety, brother. So we get to this point where we have to. I don't know. I get in my head. I'm like, we have to run back to the car.
Yeah.
We must sprint, brother.
I'm standing next to him and he's just like,
We're almost to the parking lot at this point.
I don't know exactly what word he said, but he said something, and I think it was make haste.
Yeah. I said, make haste, brother.
He was like, make haste, brother,
I
and
got
then
really
he just
medieval for some reason.
booked it, and I'm like watching him run, and I'm like, I'm definitely faster than him, and then I'm like, I'm the predator in this situation.
And then I just hear, dude, he's sprinting past me now.
I was like, it's my turn to eat. And I start booking it fast as fuck.
You booked it fast as fuck.
And then I was just like, I could tackle him right now. And then I just ran past him. I was just like, no, I'm not going to do it. And then I stopped, and then he caught up to me.
Yeah. So we ran over, and we're almost at the parking lot, and I'm seeing lights, and I'm like, oh, we made it right on time. He's like, what do you mean? And I'm like,
oh, the cops, the park ranger was like right by his car.
It was at my car.
They were about to give him a ticket.
Yeah, because I was one of 2 cars in a giant parking lot left.
Yeah, so like he just came like pulling up.
Yeah.
Thomas pushed the button to his fucking car to like blink the lights.
Yeah.
And you just see the fucking car just whoop around. They're like, okay. And they drove off.
It was literally like the second we got to the lot, he was about to ticket me.
Yeah.
And I was like,
and we were like, we fucking made it, dog.
Yeah.
And like after we ran, we took off the glasses. We had good clarity.
By the way, it was night. We were wearing those sunglasses the whole time.
Yeah.
We could not see. Yeah.
We could not see through the woods. We were just walking. But we get in the car, and I told him, I was like, hey, how fucked up are we? Because right now, I have good clarity. I feel okay. I know I could drive, but I don't want to risk it, right? I could drive us off the premises and park us on the side.
Right.
Do you want to do that? And he said,
no, brother.
Fuck that. I have a plan.
So what I do?
This son of a bitch goes on his phone.
Tell him.
And he fucking puts on Pirates of the Caribbean music. And it starts getting fucking wild.
It's blasting.
The music was blasting. It got so intense. And
I said, I went like this. I looked at you and I went, trust me, brother. And I put my hand out.
He's like, trust me. And I was just like, let's do it.
And I started driving the fuck out of there. Because I was like, my place is 24 minutes from here. We can make it.
He did not slow down inside the fucking parking lot place. He sped up.
Yeah.
We fucking went like through all the fucking turns. He like fucking cut that shit.
Bro, the music was
it was so intense. And I was like, man, it would really suck if a deer showed up right now. And then we're just going. And then I'm like, okay, this is the critical moment. We're about to get on the main road.
Yeah.
Do you want to just turn over and park on the edge here? We can just relax for a few more. I feel like if we had another hour in us, we would be okay and we'd be good. And he was just like, no, dude, I'm fucking great. I feel great. Good. And the song changed to another fucking epic song.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, we're with the music. Let's go.
Yeah, we're in it.
Let's do it.
We're in it.
And we fucking go. We start driving down the fucking road. And every single car was coming at us.
Dude, the oncoming lane, every car looked like it was literally like going towards us. I was like, we're going to die.
Dude, I was sitting there and I was like, I need to be very calm at this moment.
We made a plan.
In my head, I'm like, that car wants to kill us. That car wants to kill us. That car wants to kill us. I'm fucking freaking out right now.
Yeah.
And then all I know is we get to this one spot where there's like a row of, like, before it was like one car, 2 cars, whatever. Every once in a while.
We get to the spot where it's a hill.
There's a hill. We're like going up, and then we see like 7 cars come up the fucking hill, and they look like they're going fast as fuck.
And they're coming
right at us.
Yeah.
And all I hear is Thomas. He's like, Kyle!
By the way, this is 10 minutes into driving, so we're good. I made a plan. I was like, Kyle, here's what's going to happen. I can stay the speed limit. I can stay in the lane. I need you to watch the road for danger and red lights. And he was like, bet.
He's like, I'm not wearing my glasses. I can't see what's happening.
I also forgot my glasses.
Oh my
So I'm driving,
and I'm just like,
fuck, and no glasses.
And I'm like, I got you. I'm fucking in this. I'm ready. We see these cars, and I'm like, I'm freaking out, man! Because he screamed my name.
Yeah, I was good the whole time until that moment. I go, Kyle, I need you!
and then I put my arm on his shoulder, and I'm like, all right, drive straight. We're okay.
Steady.
We can do this. And then I'm like, just move a little more to the right. All right, we're good. We're good. And then all the cars pass, and like the music stops for a second.
Yeah, it goes slow.
And it goes to like a slower song, and the sense of relief that just hit us. We're like, this nigga the whole time driving 50.
Yeah, man. It's a speed limit.
Like, he's going as fast as possible. And in my head, I'm like, we could be driving around like 20. It's okay.
Yeah, he was like, we could drive a little slower, you know. And I was like, God, we have to stay casual.
He's like, so what he was doing, he was casing the car in front of us.
Mm-hmm.
So he saw how fast that car was going. And he was like, as long as I'm a car away from this car, we'll be okay.
Yeah.
Until he decided not to stop. So he was just driving, and he's focusing on the car.
Oh boy.
And like that wasn't that part.
Okay.
That was after.
I'm ready for you to tell
And then the light changed, and I'm looking at it. I'm seeing all of it. I'm supposed to be his eyes, and I'm like, oh, okay. The light changed. That car's not moving anymore. Why aren't we slowing down? And I'm like, hey man, slow down. And he's like, yeah. And he's still going. And I'm like, slow down. And then he's just like, oh yeah, shit. And he just like stomps on the fucking brakes. And then he's like, yeah, dude, I was ready to ram that son of a bitch.
I don't know why. I was just like, I want that car.
Yeah. And then I was just like, all right, well, we're good. And then I look at the thing. I'm like,
We got like 8 minutes left.
dude, we got,
we're
like
almost
10 minutes left.
Yeah.
I'm like, thank God, we're almost there.
Uh-huh.
I get a sigh of relief, and I'm like, you know what? We're doing so fucking good right
we're
now.
good.
I'm looking straight ahead, and I'm like, I'm finally relaxed.
Yeah.
I was stressed this whole time.
We're
I
good.
sit back, I look at Thomas.
Here we go.
So I want you to know what song started playing, because I started
this is
vibing
good.
with the song.
Uh-huh.
It's that sea shanty song.
The Weatherman.
The Weatherman.
Wellerman.
Yeah, or Wellerman.
Yeah.
Yeah. It starts playing, and then Thomas starts to sing the very start of the chorus.
This is good.
And he's just like, and then he starts saying all these lines, and I'm like, all right, I'll sing it with you.
Yeah.
You know? And then all of a sudden, like, he's driving with one arm. He's finally relaxed, and I'm like,
it's
yes, we're good. And then
We are now 4 minutes from the apartment.
yeah, we're maybe 4 minutes.
Yeah.
And then all I see is that his other arm locks on the fucking thing, and he starts driving straight, like perfect.
Uh-huh.
And I'm looking at him like, what is he doing?
Uh-huh.
And then all I know is he's just like, and his face is like past the steering wheel. And he's just looking. And I'm just staring at him. I'm not saying anything. I'm just looking at him, and I'm like, I wonder what he's doing. Like, this doesn't make any sense. I hope he's good. And then he goes, and then I was like,
We're still driving.
yeah. And then I was like, hey man, maybe you should slow down a bit. And then he was just like, what? Where am I? This isn't a fucking ship. And immediately, my fucking red flag started shooting off again. I went from relaxed to being completely scared. I was like, I need to just jump out this fucking car. What the fuck is going? Where the fuck did you go? And he's like, I was on a ship, dude. I was singing with my crew.
No, dude, for real. I had like a whole fucking hallucination where it was so random because I remember just driving with Kyle and singing the song, and all of a sudden I got sucked into the fucking Matrix, and the like road turned into a sea, and my fucking it turned into the stern, like it turned into the wooden like ship. And I was like singing with the crew, and I was going just straight 50 miles per hour, just straight down this road. And I heard Kyle's voice, and I was like, and I was trapped in that world for like 5 minutes.
So I want you to know, I watched him. It felt like 10 minutes or longer. I watched this man for the longest. I'm like, something's going on. I don't know what it is. I wish I could see what he's talking about, but it's my job to make sure we don't crash. So I looked forward again, and I'm like, he's just really concentrated. That's what's happening. Like, I was trying to rationalize it, and then this son of a bitch comes out of it, and he's like, where am I? Like, no, don't say that. This whole time I was giving him props. And then we finally made it to the place. And we got to his place, and he didn't want to park in front of his house. He wanted to park, like, across the fucking street.
I just assumed there'd be no spots in front.
Yeah, he thought there was, like, no spots, and then we, like, looked, and it was empty.
It was literally
his
empty. I could have
lot.
parked right
There
in
was
front of
one
my
car.
fucking place.
And I was like, so are we actually going to get some food? So we went to, like, this, I don't know the name of it, but
Indian cuisine pizza. It's called Pizza Twist.
Yeah.
Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor, but it was fucking delicious. So if you do go there, you should. But we get there, and this is what I meant by Thomas playing it fucking cool. He was the biggest fucking loser ever. This is the biggest time I've ever seen him be like a loser.
Yeah.
In my head, I was like,
tell him, baby.
So we fucking get in there, and as soon as we walk in, Thomas he does this whole action phase take, right?
I'm in character.
He's just like, all right, when I come in here, I'm gonna fucking be good. Comes in, oh, that was a bad deep breath, but he takes a deep breath. He's like, all right. Comes in, walks in, looks at the guy, and he's like, hey, and then he puts his hand on the fucking wall, and he's like, but the whole time he does it, in his head, I know he saw himself perfect.
Oh, I looked awesome.
He probably looked awesome.
I was so suave.
He probably thinks he walked in straight up, straight back, said, hey, put his hand on the wall, and was like, what kind of pizza can we get? This is what I fucking saw. I saw him. I opened the door for him. He takes that deep breath. He's like, all right. He walks in, and he's fucking wobbling. His arms are just swaying all over the fucking place. And he comes in, and he puts his hand on the thing, and he goes, hey, man. I don't see a menu. and then I come in right behind him, and I was just like, I'm watching him, and I'm like, don't worry about him. This is the menu right here.
Look at Kyle, he's so casual.
Yeah.
He's so normal.
I'm like, this is the menu right here? And then I'm like, cool, because I couldn't read off the TV screen. It was moving too fast. Because, the TV screen was, blinking a bunch of different shit.
Yeah, it kept slide showing.
I was like, it's too fast. Yeah. So then I look down, and I'm like, all right, cool. I can't read. And I think I said that out loud.
You said that, yeah.
I was like, I can't read. And then you tried to.
Yeah, I got it.
You were like, oh, I got this. And you were putting your hand all over the fucking place. And you're like, I've had this, that. And I'm like, that's really cool if I could read it. Hey man, what would you recommend for someone that just got into this place? I've never had anything from here before. What can we get? And he's like, I'd recommend the chicken masala pizza. It's really good. And I was like, okay, how spicy is it? And he's just like, well, how spicy do you want? And I was like, hold on now.
Yeah, wait a minute.
I have a white man with me.
Hey.
And he was just like, he started to giggle, right? And I was like, no. Don't laugh yet. I want you to understand there's different levels here, man. Because I can tell you're Indian or something. And there's Indian spicy, and then there's white people spicy. I want Indian spicy because I like the way you do it. But he's white, and I don't want him to be sad while eating this food.
Appreciate that.
And the guy was like, I understand. You're right. There is two differences because my shit is fucking delicious.
Yeah.
And he just went with us. He was awesome. Cool. And then I was like, all right, cool. What's the spice? He's like, you're going to want to get a medium. And I was like, medium sounds fucking delicious. Let's do a medium. I just remember us getting it. We're sitting outside, and Thomas is rambling about some bullshit. Because we had Sprites in our hands, and he was just like, man, what was it? What was it that you said? You remember exactly?
Skip this part, I remember.
Okay. It was really stupid. And I was just
up.
like, why the fuck are you talking about that? As I drank my fucking Sprite. But his mom fucking texts him. And I told him, I was like, listen, we already went through the texting phase. Don't look at the text message. You're not going to be able to do this. And he's just like, no, my mom's texting me. She needs me to do something right now. And I was like, what does she need you to do? She's like, she needs me to check my bank account. I was like, don't do it. You're going to look at numbers and you're not going to understand anything. And he was just like, nah, man, nah. I got this. This son of a bitch freezes. He was gone. He's just looking at his phone and he's just scroll. He's like, all I see is numbers. I don't know what she wants me to do. And then I'm like, listen, man, just text her really quick. Tell her that you'll do it later. You can't do it right now. And he's like, no, I need to understand what the fuck my mom wants. Because Thomas does this thing where he gets like angry for a second and then he goes back to normal.
Yeah.
And then he gets angry again, goes back to normal. He calls his mom. And I'm like, don't call your mom. Don't do it. And
What's the first thing I said to my mom?
I don't remember.
Hey, what's up? I just did shrooms with Kyle in the woods a few hours ago.
Oh, yeah. And I'm not understanding what you want from me.
Yeah.
And she completely skipped the first half of what he said because she didn't understand it or something, right?
Mhm.
She's like, whatever. I need you to check your payment history and pay off your fucking bill because I need to use the credit card or something like that. That's what she says. And he's like, okay, well, none of that's my money. That's all your bill. You need to fucking pay it.
Right.
And then and then she's like, no, if you look at your purchases, you can tell that this is your money that you fucked up on.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just like, all right, let me see. And I'm like, don't do it. And he fucking looks at it. He starts scrolling and he's like, yeah, I see this one. I see this one. And then he's just... He went back like 2 years. And I'm like, why are you going that far back? And he's like, Kyle, look at this. Am I doing the math right in my head? And I'm like, no. Because, like, I fucking looked at it and I was like, listen. Because he wasn't even... I want you to understand. He wasn't even giving himself enough time to look at the numbers.
No.
He was like this. Scroll, 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 scroll back, scroll back, scroll back.
I read
but
fast.
Consistently moving. It wasn't stopping.
Uh-huh.
And then his mom's like, well, if you look at it, you can tell that that's your bill. Like, you need to understand. And then he's just like, well, I fucking can't understand. and then he repeats himself and he's like, I'm on shrooms right now with Kyle. We were in the woods. And then
It justifies everything.
yeah. And then his mom was like, what the fuck? Like, it was the first time she heard it. And she's like, do you need me to come pick you up right now? Do you need help? And I was like, no, we're like outside his house in front of a pizza place waiting to get pizza because his neighborhood's safe.
Yeah. I was like, wow, I'm good.
And then we got the pizza. And then he hung up on his mom and all that, whatever. We got past it. We got the pizza.
Shout out to my mama.
He wanted to eat the pizza outside. And I was like, I don't want to eat the pizza out here. Let's go to your house.
That would have been nice.
No.
The air was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was nice. We were having a very tender moment.
Kind of ruined it.
Kyle does ruin a lot.
I will say this. There was a moment when we were in the woods on that hill, or that mountain, where he started talking about something, and then I saw him break down for a second. He was about to cry.
And Kyle just didn't give a fuck.
And I know he doesn't know that he was about to cry.
I don't know what he's talking
But
about.
you got real sad, and you were like... And then I was like, hold on, man. And then when I said that, hold on, man, you were like, huh? What? I was, don't worry about that.
Got it.
And you were just like, okay. And you went back to smiling, and I was like...
I don't know what I was...
In the back of my head, I was like, I really didn't want to be hugging this motherfucker. I'm so glad we got past the crying phase real quick.
Oh shit.
Because I didn't want to be a part of it.
Oh, that's funny.
But yeah, we got into his house, and I just thought it was fucking hilarious as hell. Because we finally sat down, we opened up the pizza, we got it, and then I watch him, he grabs a slice, and I'm like, wow, that looks really good. I grab a slice, and I start taking a bite out of it. Perfect fucking flavor. It's just spicy enough to where it doesn't burn you consistently, but you can still feel the tang.
Did it look depressing?
No, it looked really good. It was awesome. I still washed my hands after the disgust of touching pizza, but it was awesome. And all I remember is Thomas fucking picked up the slice of pizza and was like, oh great. And I looked at him and I was like, is it as good for you as it is for me? And he's like, it's fucking hot.
I was really mad. I was really pissed.
And I was just like, well, it's fucking good to me. And I was so happy eating it. But then while I was eating it, across from me, this fucker has like a statue of like a bust, and it's just like a head. And it was staring me down while I was eating my pizza.
I was like, slap pizza.
And I'm like, I'm really getting sick of you. Just quit fucking looking at me. I had way too many people stare at me today. You don't want to know what will happen. And then I was like, Thomas, and he's like, yeah. I was like, can I move that statue?
It's staring at me.
It's staring at me real hard, and I need to move it. And he was like, no, you're not allowed to touch anything in my house because you're gonna break it.
Okay, because dude, the second he walks into my house when you brought him over, Courtney, before we were even doing anything, he I forgot what you did, but he's in this. Oh, I remember. Shut the fuck up. Here's what happened. He has this mindset where he can just come to someone's house and just fully just put all his weight anywhere the fuck he wants because he's a big fucking dude. So I show him this ottoman that I have, which is really nice, but it's fragile. It's kind of made out of wood, but it's like a bull. You're supposed to relax in it, right? And I sit down and I get in it and I show him this is really comfortable. So if you're gonna crash here, if you need to, this is the spot to be. And I show him how I get in and I get out really gently. It hardly creaks at all. He gets in, and it sounds like a fucking forest fire is going on.
It sounds like it fucking snapped.
And I'm like, Kyle. So I tell him, and I'm like, Kyle, just be careful, all right? Everything around here is pretty fragile. He's like, okay. And so after a minute, he's looking at my fish tank because, he likes the fish tank. And he's like, oh, look at this. Nice fish. And he fucking just starts tapping it like an asshole. He's just tapping it as hard as possible. And I'm like, Kyle, you don't need to touch it. Stop tapping it. And he's like, I know you're not supposed to touch it. And I'm like, then why are you touching it? He's like, no. And so we leave.
My exact words was, because fuck your fish.
Asshole. So then we leave, and we come back, and we're going to get to the bust. Because we're relaxing, we get the pizza, and he's like, oh, man, I can't sit on the couch right now. I got to sit on the floor. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, I couldn't sit.
Dude.
I physically couldn't sit on his couch. It was so uncomfortable for me. I don't know. I was coming down from the shrooms, and I felt too relaxed. Okay. And sitting on your couch was too relaxing.
All right, that's a better way to say
it. So I felt uncomfortable.
I have a nice couch.
So I felt super uncomfortable, right?
So he's like, I gotta sit on the floor.
I was like, I really just need to sit on the floor.
And he takes a seat like somebody pushed him down a fucking well. He sits so hard, the fucking whole couch that I'm sitting on slams against the back wall, dude. And I'm like, Kyle, you have to be gentle with my shit around here. You can't just be touching shit. So then, of course, he stared at the bus, eating his pizza. He's like, from the crust end, he's like, Thomas, I gotta move this head, man. It just keeps looking at me. And I'm like, no! Sit down! And I get up and I grab it and I gently move it over to the side. I'm like, don't touch anything. I have to keep telling him. Because he's gonna touch something. He's gonna break something. He's too big. Walking around this bitch.
He doesn't care.
I know!
Care about anything.
He's very ignorant until he gets in trouble. That's what it is. You have to tell him. And I kept telling him, I have to tell you. Just relax.
When he was,
that's a fair
making that lunch for you guys, putting it in the Tupperware.
Yeah.
He was using a spoon on my Tefal pot, and I'm like, quit scratching my pot.
Oh.
And he was like, I don't care, I'll buy a new one. I'm like, then buy me a new one right now, bitch.
Yeah.
Because you're still using the spoon on it.
You can't use the spoon.
And he's like, I don't care.
She chose to just yell at me for nothing.
Okay,
she could have just said
it.
Scraping the pot?
I don't care.
I'm just saying, you do not care about
it's mine. I bought it. I could buy a new one.
It's not that. It's that you're doing 4 different things that you're not supposed to do.
It don't matter.
We already have that one.
So I ate shrapnels of a pot, is what you're telling me.
Possible.
Was it good?
It was okay.
He does the same to my car.
You lived. Oh, I actually did that in his car too. And he was very mad about...
Oh, this motherfucker touched my baby! Bro, this fucking dude! Alright, listen, we're in the car.
No, you did it first.
I did, but I'm gonna explain it.
And then I'm
gonna explain it.
Oh, I do this in Pelos.
Shut up, you stupid bitch.
Started doing
Here's
it.
what's up. So we got the thing, and we got the dash right there, okay? And the dash has 2 little plastic shits. So as I'm in the car, I'm like, man, it's weird that this is kind of like a handle, and I'm like, this is pretty weak, actually. This is some cheap plasticky shit. And he's like,
Oh, yeah, I did this to Pelos' car, and he, like, started grabbing it, and, like, fucking, you can hear the plastic literally cracking, and he's like,
how I put my knee on the thing, and then I move all of it?
Yeah.
I
Bro,
did that.
he's,
and
like,
he was
cracking my
What
dashboard.
the fuck are you doing? And I was like, I do this to Pelos' car. It makes him really mad.
It's not Pelos' car, it's my car! I think I said, do you think I'm not gonna beat the shit out of you? You fucking... Hey, this guy's a fucking dumbass.
Can we get a reenactment of like how far over the wheel you are?
From when I was like...
You take that trip.
Dude. Like, his jaw was
My
past
jaw
the
was
wheel.
like literally right past the wheel, yeah.
Oh man.
I was so deep into the sea, I literally thought I was on a pirate ship for a minute. I could smell the ocean. I could smell it, bro. And I've got air fresheners.
It was just
So,
Was
like-
it like those North Sea videos?
Huh?
You know what I'm talking about? Where it's like the sea is just crazy. Was that?
No, it was gentle. It was like I was
Oh,
just
okay.
like
So
honest.
you were just like
Yeah.
steady.
I was steady.
Okay.
Yeah, I was
He was-
cruising.
Wasn't
vibing.
wild.
Yeah, it wasn't. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
It
you would
was,
have been like, oh shit.
yeah. It would have been crazy. Yeah.
But
Moral
yeah.
of the story is stop breaking shit. Just relax.
I didn't break anything that
you
day.
very close.
Now, I will say...
I need you to be more aware of people's belongings.
Thomas didn't complain as much as I thought he was going to complain.
About what?
Because I tried to warn him that if I do sleep over, I snore loud as fuck.
Oh. Hold on, brother. Wait. Stay there. Because let me tell you how long I've been holding this in. I've been holding this in like it's been a pregnancy test. Listen to me. Shut the fuck up. I almost killed you. I've never come so... There's weapons all over my house. I could have had my pick. I got a sword right there. I got a shield up there. I got a gun over there. I was like...
I put the knife on the table, too.
The knife was on the table where the bust was. I was like, I could kill him. I could get there. Because it didn't bother me at first.
If you would have texted me about snoring and said I want to kill him, I would have been like, do it.
This is what happened. Is that my TV has an auto set off, right? Like most. So when the TV turned off and we were both pretty asleep, it was exactly like midnight. It was actually pretty early. I was surprised we passed out.
Yeah, we passed out
But
at
it was
like
like
10:30.
exactly midnight on
Almost
my
11.
watch. And I, like, when I woke up, I was like, what's that? What's that? And I hear like a... And I was like, what the fuck? And I shot up like a rocket. Because I was like, is that my son? I thought it was my cat. And I look at Kyle, and he's like, he's got the most peaceful look on his face. And yet, a beluga whale is fucking blowing its air out the goddamn hole right where his body is. I'm like, that can't be Kyle, because he's sleeping like this. He's like, I'm an angel. Yeah, and yet the noise coming out of you is literally a fucking truck, dude. I was like, what the hell is that? It's so loud. I'm like, here's the thing. We got her sleeping over there, and we got neighbors, and this place is pretty loud. I gotta do something. So I grab the pillow, and I chuck it at his balls. And he wakes up instantly, and he's like, fuck is this? And I was like, dude, you're snoring too loud, shut the fuck up. And he goes, oh, okay, I'm sorry, I'll try. And I'm like, okay. It takes him 40 seconds. It was like instant. You went back to sleep instantly. And I was getting ready to relax. I was like, okay, maybe he's like one of those people where like he can sleep normal for like an hour and then get back to snoring.
No.
It's instant. 40 seconds, he goes, and you're fucking like screaming. You're like, and I'm like, shut the fuck up. And so I let it go for like literally an hour. I couldn't go back to sleep. It was 1:20 now. And I'm like on my phone a little and I'm like, you know, I want him to sleep because he's got to go to work and I got to drive him. And I'm like, fuck that. He's still out. So I'm like, Cop. He's like, yeah. He's so normal. He's like, yeah. Yeah. And I'm like, dude. You're too loud, man. Just put your head over there or something. And so finally it got to the point where I was just like, I'm not going to complain. There's nothing I can do. If he sleeps like that, we'll just get up at like 4:40. It'll be fine. So I let him scream for the rest of the night without waking him up, right? Man, we get up, we're getting ready to go. I make myself a coffee. He's like, whatever, you go to the bathroom, right? Then he starts talking. Kyle is so fucking loud. Your voice is literally like the bass in an orchestra,
I thought I was
dude.
being quiet.
No, you think you're being quiet, you're fucking screaming, bro. He's like, oh, yeah, so yesterday was pretty great, blah, blah. It's fucking 4 a.m. I'm like, dude, Kyle, you gotta be quiet. You gotta shut the fuck up. I mean, he goes, oh, okay, sorry. And he's still loud. I'm like, Kyle, shut up, dude. And then he's like, all right. He just shuts up. So he's completely quiet.
What was going through my head was, I need to whisper so I don't wake up Meg. And then I was like, hey, man.
No. He goes, hey. And I'm like, shh, Kyle. All right. So then we're out the door. As soon as I close the apartment door, he goes, yeah, so what I was trying to say was, and we're in the fucking, like, hall where you can hear, you know, where everybody is. We're in the breezeway. And I'm like, Kyle, wait. This is the spot where everybody can
He's
hear
like,
it.
go down the stairs. It's better.
And without a word, he just goes, and he goes down the staircase. He's like, no, nobody wants to hear me talk. And then he goes down to the car.
I did do that.
And finally, when we're in the car, I'm like,
nobody wants to hear me talk.
you can talk down. He's like, man, never mind, motherfucker.
I don't even want to talk to you anymore.
Pretty funny.
Yeah.
You know what pisses me off about you? Hold on, I got one more thing. I got one
go
more.
ahead.
So last night, or the night before, or blah, 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 that night of, he wants to introduce me to an anime.
Oh.
And he's like,
No.
hold on! And he's like,
Oh my God.
he's like, hey man. And he's like, oh, I really like this anime. I think I really like it. The animation's great, blah, blah,
He
blah.
was
And I'm like,
explaining to me how much he hated OP fucking characters.
right,
who
that everybody thinks
It's-
is the weakest.
everyone thinks is
Yeah.
the weakest, but he's just fucking OP and strong and stupid.
Right. I hate that.
And I
I
was
hate that
like-
trope.
I was
Yeah.
like, holy shit. So you want the opposite of that. I got it for you.
Mm-hmm.
Solo leveling.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm.
Because solo leveling, the guy's weak as shit.
Which
You
I will
literally
say, the 4
watch
episodes
him-
we watched really good.
You watch him get stronger
Right.
as time goes by.
Mm-hmm. Not a sponsor.
If we were, I would be so happy. But nonetheless,
Mm-hmm.
I recommended it to him, and then there were parts that didn't make sense that happened. So I wanted to make comments.
Hold on. You're skipping a very
Oh,
crucial part, which is
go ahead.
I started to like either mention or like ask a question or two every like 7 minutes. It was not a lot. It was like once every 7 minutes I had like a question during the first episode. And he was like, yeah. It was like very short answers because he's trying to watch. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna lock in. And so he turns up the volume. I'm like, why are you turning it up? Like, that's 10 o'clock. People are sleeping. Meg's in the bedroom trying to sleep. And you're like, oh, I forgot she was here, but also I just don't want to hear you talk while we're watching the show. And I was like, okay. And so I turned it back down, and I was like, well, I won't talk then. We'll be good. And so I'm locked in. I'm watching. This motherfucker talks every 30 seconds of the episode. You're like explaining shit, and I'm like, Kyle, you just told me you don't want to hear me talk. Could you just nonstop talk?
I just wanted you to listen.
I don't want to listen. I'm trying to watch what you're trying to make me watch.
So just so that you understand,
They
there's
cut out parts that were in the manga.
yeah,
And
they-
it explains more, like, these characters, they mean a lot more in the manga. Like, each character that just died, that's why people freaked out about that episode, because, like, you know, they're actually important people, but they got killed and slaughtered, like, right there. And you just don't understand that, and I need you to understand that. Does that sound good?
that is exactly what I was gonna say, except the very ending when you told me to shut up and
Yeah.
that you didn't want to hear my voice again or else you'd beat the shit out of me.
Yeah.
I was like,
Okay.
I really wanted to get it out the entire time,
Kyle's
Yeah.
like
and
about to explode.
I was just like the whole time,
Information.
just like I need to give him this.
He was shaking.
I need to
shaking.
do it. I need to risk getting my ass beat. And I didn't
He's
say
like, it'll
it
be worth it.
because I'm like, fine, he's being a bitch right now. I'm gonna let him.
You're a
have
bitch first!
it. But so the part that I was trying to explain was
Great show, by the way.
right.
I watched more episodes while you were gone.
Okay, cool. You didn't have to watch it with me.
At least you didn't watch Madam Web while high.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
could you imagine?
But oh my god. Wait, we did that.
We did that. It was so bad. Every 2 seconds we're like, we're high, right?
Like, it's not this
I was
bad.
like, wait a minute. I'm trying to understand this movie.
You're like, it's not this
making
bad,
sense.
is it? Yeah.
But we'll talk about that in a moment because that's fucking great. There was one part was the very ending where the main character was getting his ass beat by all the statues.
Yeah.
Right? And he's about to fucking die. And, like, the thing comes up and says, your heart will stop in 2 seconds, right? And the way that they did it was, they said, for him, he's like, if only I could, like, redo or start over. I don't want to die. I want to continue living, blah, 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 right?
Mm-hmm.
How they did it was, he said all of that first, and then that screen shows up, right? The way that it explained it was kind of bad, because it chose yes for him. Right? Because
Okay.
he clearly didn't choose yes in the fucking anime. But in the manga, he's like, that pops up before he starts going on that whole tirade in his head. And the last 2 seconds in his mind is like, I want to live. You know? He's not reading what it is, but he's like, yes, I want to live. Fuck this. And then that's when, like, the yes happens, right? But the anime doesn't do that justice. So I was trying to say the whole time, I was like, oh, so yeah, just so that you understand, the system activates because he said this, but it was because they skipped the part where he says yes. So I really wanted to explain that part. And you told me to shut the fuck up, and I was like, it's not important, but it bothers me that I didn't get to say it. That's it.
Anyways.
Do you see the rage behind my eyes right now?
Donnie's pouring himself some Faygo Cola.
Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor.
I could have gone my whole life without knowing that fact, because the anime basically explained that to me. I got it.
But it didn't.
No, it didn't, because you know more about something that, whatever. But from my perspective as a new reader, watcher, right?
And I understood, to a certain degree.
But you don't, because you feel like you have to express the extra part.
I wanted you to know, like, the real lineup. They changed the lineup, but I wanted you to understand the real lineup.
Why?
Because it made sense to me. And I was also coming down from my high.
I wish I could live in your little head.
Fuck you.
In your world. It's so peaceful.
No, it's not.
Everything goes your way. Everything's right up there. All right, party people, we're going to close it there. Thanks so much for listening. We really appreciate it. This has been Unapologetic Voices with Thomas Tripp and Kyle-Elio Torres. And don't forget our little companion who sits in the corner, Houdini. Oh yeah, that's the #1 right there. Thanks so much for listening. Please leave a comment or a possible donation or a some sort of slur at unapologeticvoices1@gmail.com. You can also comment directly on the Spotify. We are also on other forms of media such as Apple Podcasts and YouTube. Tune into that. Thanks so much for listening. Look forward to more content and see you on the next one. Keep it full, Diddy.